The following content are the expressed thoughts, views, ideas, and opinions of the individuals and guests of the Nerds Have Spoken podcast. This podcast may contain adult language and themes not suitable for children under the age of 17. Viewer and listener discretion is advised. Please stand by while we wait for the cast of the Nerds Have Spoken podcast. Thank you for joining us and enjoy the show.
Hey, what's up, guys? This is Jason Lowery on the Nerds Have Spoken. I'm here with my partners in crime. I got Wolfenstein, EWells, and It's Finally Here, whatever the fuck that means.
I guess we'll find out.
Mr. Burgess.
Yeah, man. So we'll get into that a little later.
Yeah. So how was your guys' week so far?
It was pretty good, man. It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad at all. It was pretty common. I just got back to work on Tuesday after being off since last Wednesday. So that was amazing. You know, got some stuff here, and we'll get into that a little later. Help my daughter learn how to ride a bike. She's doing really good.
I saw that video, man. That's what's up, bro.
Thanks, man. Nice. Thanks, man. Now she's riding like half the block. I'm like, slow down, because daddy's over. Daddy's over.
Let me catch up, girl. Let me catch up.
Yeah, you know, making me work out over here. I'm at the age where I don't want to work out no more, but I got to. I got to stay in shape for these people.
Absolutely. Kids keep you spry, baby.
Yeah, man. No doubt. What about you? Yeah, man. What about you, Wells? How was your week, man?
It was pretty good, man. I mean, it was the best week. I didn't have to work. I was off since last week, Thursday. Yeah, it was off since last week, Thursday. So, I mean, I go back to work tomorrow, Thursday. But, it's been a fantastic week, man. It's like, got a lot of goodies came in, spent some time with my family, spent time with my wife. So, yeah, it's fantastic, bro. Can't ask for anything more. Breathing. I'm breathing. I'm alive.
Breathing, man. The zombie apocalypse hasn't gotten you yet.
Nah, not yet. What's up, Wolf? What's going on, brother? How was your week?
My week was good, but it would be even better if someone told me what time it was.
Woo! It's time to Dirt Upper Shut Up!
Yeah. Hell yeah, dude.
Yes, sir. It's been a while. I haven't said that in a minute.
Felt like an eternity, man.
Yeah, man. A few weeks. A lot going on.
A lot going on.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, lots.
You all right over there, Wolf? It looked like you were trying to pinch one out.
For real. Did he come out okay, or?
Did you see the cat run away?
My foot's really itchy. Sorry.
No, like I saw you like sitting there, just like look, you were shaking your leg.
No. Is that what we're calling a fart now? Like, I got an itch. I gotta shake one out.
I gotta scratch my foot.
I don't call it stanky leg for nothing, right? Like,
stanky leg, do the stanky leg.
Oh shit.
Yo, but speaking of a lot going on, Lowery, why don't you tell us a little bit about that, man?
Yeah, so we had a lot going on this week. Unfortunately, one of our castmates, you guys know, New York Mike had passed away. I guess was it 2 Thursdays ago on the 26th, 25th or 26th. I'm sorry, I had the date wrong.
The days are running together, man.
Yeah, they are. To be honest, like there's been a lot going on the last few weeks, and sad day. You know what I mean? To lose a castmate, a friend. He was a father, and he was, just like us, he was friend to a lot of people in the community.
Yeah, man.
And, it's sad to see him. Sad he's no longer around, but he's with us in spirit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
No doubt.
And we'll go into here. We'll give a moment of silence here in a second, and then we'll continue on with the rest of the show. We'll be kind of talking a little bit about some other things about the GoFundMe and everything else, and kind of share that information. So if people are unaware, we can kind of share that. There's also some fundraising stuff going on. We'll talk about too. So
yeah, man.
It's definitely it's a loss.
Yeah. So with that, guys, let's take a couple seconds to do a moment of silence for our homeboy, New York Mike.
Absolutely.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah, man.
Good stuff. So
Good
Lowery,
man, good friend.
if you could,
And I had to do a picture right here of him because Mike would
Yes, sir.
he would want us to laugh with him and remember the good times. You know?
Yeah, man, that dude was definitely the life of the party, bro. A friend to all, not really for the bull craps and that stuff that you need a guy like that. You know what I mean? A guy who's gonna make you laugh, gonna help make sure you have fun, help invite you in, no matter who you are, and that type of stuff, man. Is those guys? They come once in a million, man. You know what I mean? So, shout out to Mike.
Indeed.
So, Lowery, you said there was some fundraising stuff,
Yeah,
that you want to talk about as well. So let's get into a little bit of that real quick.
So, what there's going to be, so shout out to ShelfGravy, JD Shan, Mike Kincaid, and the help of also the Realm of Collectors, some friends of ours over there. There's going to be a fundraiser set up to where there's going to be merchandise, and the proceeds are going to go to Mike's son Jayden. And so, if everybody can, you know, as soon as we know that information, once we know the particulars, we will update that and we'll actually put it in our description so everybody will see that. And probably within the next week, you'll probably see it go up from what I understood. So once we know more about the link, we'll go ahead and post that. But I have some pictures here that if you guys want to check out.
Yeah, man.
And to be honest, this is an exclusive. This is the first time this is being shown.
It's only right. It's only right it happens here.
And
Absolutely.
so shout out to JD and Chan for making all this happen. And sorry about that.
So keeping us in suspense, man. Let's go.
All right, so here we go. So I'm gonna give you an idea. I've seen this, and here is the first official image. There's going to be different merchandise, different shirts, hoodies, stuff like that. But JD made this picture. He actually was doing it with us a few weeks ago. And there you go.
Wow,
Oh,
bro.
wow, that's what's up.
It's a picture of New York Mike as a Force Ghost.
That's what's
brought
up.
to you by JD and ShelfGravy and Chan and all the guys over there.
Oh, that is
And
great, man.
it shows New York Mike and the Star Wars logo, and it says, "You are one with the Force, and the Force will be with us always."
Man, that is
That's
great.
crazy. Yeah, that is crazy.
That
bro.
is great, man. I love that.
Yeah,
Shout
definitely.
out to Stan and JD, man.
Dude,
That's
shout out to
just-
them for real. Like
that
they've been
is
busting their
gorgeous.
ass to get that done.
That is perfect. Man.
You know, all the people that are trying to put in forth effort to try to do this, to try to do something to help out, you know, Mike's surviving son, Jayden. So it's phenomenal. And in fact, here to give you guys a sneak peek.
Oh, we get more? We get more?
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
So you
like
have long sleeve
Very
tees. You
nice.
have you know, the Force Ghost in the front, you know, Mike in the back.
Nice.
Regular T-shirts the same way. Now, what I was told was, anything above a 4X, okay, for a shirt, okay. It won't be like this. It'll be similar to like what the hoodies are, which you'll see in a moment.
Okay.
So it'll be like this
wow.
because
I like that. I
of
like
printing
that.
on the back.
Yeah.
So
I like that.
there'll be four. I like this. I'm a big
like
guy
that
anyway, so
Yeah, I like that.
I'll end up getting this.
I get the black one.
Yeah, but I gotta get the hoodie because I want Mike's name on the front with it, bro. I gotta get
Yeah,
the hoodie.
it looks better this way with the.
Pop, for sure.
like it was kind of funny. I was telling them, I was like, dude, you should totally do one with we were talking about it, I think, on one of the after hangouts where we joked around and said, dude, you should show Mike holding the lightsaber, but it looks like the blade comes out and looks like it's a pair of tongs or something like that, or flippers.
Mhm.
He's like flipping on a grill or something like that.
Yeah, man.
And
dope.
This is
so
great,
there's
man. That's
that.
perfect.
This is actually, to me, from what I understood, they're going to be doing some, other stuff too. They're still working on that right now. So once we know more information, but dude, look at this. I want a set
Coasters?
of those.
Nice.
Hey, nice,
Yeah.
nice. Love it.
So
I love it. It was great.
Once they give us more info about it, I was able to share pictures. But shout out to all the people that are putting forth effort right now that are making this happen.
Yeah, man.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like we said, we actually have Mike and them have, they have a GoFundMe currently right now.
That goal was blown out of the water in like 4 days.
For real.
Yeah, like it was crazy, like how it. So what I'll do is I'll kind of pull it up so people can see it. So it started out, about a week or two ago?
Not even, I don't think. Yeah, it was
no,
like
about a week ago.
Yeah.
Not even a week, I guess. And like the first couple hours, they always start slow, but dude, within like no time.
Dude, it was up to like 10K in 2 days. It got up to 18K in like 3 days, and then it hit the 24 mark in like 5 days. I was like, "Holy smokes!"
Yeah, like it's steadily climbing, and I'll pull the link up here in a second so you can see it.
Yeah, man. But that's what happens when you have good family and friends and people that love and respect you, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. And and love your kid, like just because they loved you, and may not even have never met them, but sometimes the footprints you make in the world has an impact on your family in more ways than one.
So currently they're at about 33,000 right now.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Just within that period.
That's great.
Shout out to Mike's family for putting this together.
Mm-hmm.
They've been a great help. They kind of do, like, if you can see here, they show a picture of Mike with his family with some of the description by Mike's sister that turned around and set this up. So, every little bit counts.
Yeah, man.
You have a couple bucks, you have an extra couple bucks.
Absolutely.
Just toss it in there, whatever you can, because little man
Whatever
can
you
use
can,
it.
it helps. Absolutely.
Uh-huh.
Absolutely.
Indeed. Definitely.
Good stuff, man. Good stuff. So, just real quick, Lowery, if you don't have anything else, I wanted us to go around the yard and give our favorite Mike story.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that, dude.
So, Wolf, let's go ahead and start with you, man. Having met Mike, I think for the first time in NJCC, was it last year?
Yeah, back in, what was that, April?
Yeah, it was something like that, because it was me, you guys.
I think it's usually April, yeah.
Yeah, that was April. That was my first time meeting anyone. I didn't know any of you.
Yeah.
Peoples. But no, he was one of the ones, I'm walking around, I don't know any of you guys, and you're all scary people to deal with. So, no, he was him. Dust was there. Dust, gave me a handshake, pulled me behind the table, and said, quit being a jerk, get back here. Something to that effect. But no, Mike stuck out his hand. He gave me a handshake. He told me who he was. He was, very warm, very welcoming. I remember talking with him a little bit. I don't remember about what. God, that seems like a lifetime ago. But yeah, that was my first time. It was a really good weekend. Weekend. I didn't meet him again until TFCon.
Reston, right?
Reston, and unfortunately, I didn't see him too much. I didn't see a lot of people too much because that was our first TFCon. Crystal, she was with me. We kind of got lost in all the.
It's a lot going on.
I think we got separated from people. Like, Jay, I think you went out to dinner with a lot of people we didn't know. We just went and did our own thing. We couldn't find anyone.
I think our dinner ended up being, what was it? What's that little shop that was down by there at the bottom?
Panera?
Yeah, that's literally our dinner every night because we were working at the Agab's booth for the most part.
But yeah, unfortunately, like I said, I didn't get to see him too much. We talked a little bit when we were doing the wheelie shoot. He was upstairs with us, the X-Transbots Ollie, whatever that thing's called. I really didn't start to get to know him until the show started. I think a lot of memories I have of going back and forth, meet, you named it.
Yeah.
If you don't know the meat jokes, if you don't know, if you're brand new, haven't listened to our show before. That started when I went up to Michigan, hang out with the My Rock crew.
Shout out to Michigan
Shout
crew.
out, Michigan. And Mr. Burns brought a whole assortment of ribs and
he was sharing his meat with a lot of you.
He shared his meat with us. And it just kind of grew from there, and that's what we call it. That's why we call it Saturday meetups. If you didn't know that, that's where that came from.
That might be a trivia question.
Might be a trivia question. Future show. Keep that. Write that down.
Meat.
We were supposed to go to ZoloCon this year. That was back in February, and I think there was a small get together. He was there. Jay, I know you were there with Bethany and a bunch of other people. Wells, were you there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
you were there. But we had some last minute moving difficulties, and we had to cancel that weekend. Which we were bummed out, but we said, hey, look, NJCC is in a couple months, but then COVID struck, and that was taken away from us.
Yeah, man.
Mm-hmm.
And that's probably the most disappointing thing about all this thing that sucks the most. That has robbed us of time.
Yeah.
In get-togethers, and I didn't get to see him again after TFCon in person. I mean, you know what I mean. I wish I could have gone to ZoloCon just to say hi, because I know we were just about to start the show. I think
we were recording that Sunday.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that would have been fun.
Were we hanging out that time? Yeah, that weekend before.
Yeah, it was that weekend or something like that.
Yeah.
Because
Group photo, and Lowery was going to force ghost me in there.
Yeah. And then I had to.
That's right.
And then I had to rush back down to Virginia to get back to start setting up for us to record.
Yeah, man. Man.
That's how that went, but yeah, that's man, that sucks. I missed that. I'm mad that happened. I'm mad at this stupid thing that will not go away. This disease, this pandemic.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, man.
Yeah, hopefully this is over soon. We can all hang out again and make some memories, have some good times, and laugh for a change. Because it feels like we're not doing too much of that these days.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, for sure.
100%. 100%. What about you, Wells?
Like, this is the same scenario as Wolf was saying. Like, I ran into New York Mike and a lot of NJCCs, a lot of TFCon. I ran into him a lot, but we never really connected until we started talking on this show.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, like at the new, NJCC and stuff, we chat for a little bit. I knew who he was. I saw his face. Whenever we ran into each other, we talked about Marvel Legends and, and what was going on at these conventions and just random talks, But when we started to really catch on was when we started recording the show. And, like, we'd have a lot of conversations, on the side, he'd be DMing me. He'd be up in my DMs and stuff. He'd be kicking it to me. I'm like, all right, man, chill, man. But nah, we talked a lot, man. And it wasn't just about toys sometimes. Like, we would talk about just, like, life in general and shit going on with the virus and, and just life in general we talked about. And I think that's where me and him really just connected a lot. On top of Legos was one thing that me and him shared together, and we talked about a lot of Lego stuff that was coming out and stuff that was going to come out. And then, and he would send me like pictures of him and his son. Like he'd be like, yo, me and my son are hanging out today, doing this. And that's the one thing I think that made me really like even love him more was how compassionate he was about family and his son in general, and he would share some moments that he was just building. Like he was telling me, bro, I'm headed to Lego shop right now, my son. And I'm like, oh, where are you going? Like, bro, it's COVID out here. You gonna take that chance and go out there right now? He's like, yeah, I know I could just order the stuff online, but it's so much more personable to let my son see what's out there and let him pick it out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel like that's the truth. It is something that we take for granted is that when you have kids, that feeling of that look on your son or daughter's face when they see a toy that they love and like, oh my God. Like,
You
know what I
remember
mean?
that.
Right.
You remember that look as a kid.
Exactly. And he was really about that. And, I was happy to be a part of him sharing that with me because he would, like I said, he send me pictures and he would be like, this is my son. We just purchased this Lego toy. We're going to go home and build it now and, stuff like that. So I don't have any actual personal funny stories with him, but I mean, just the amount of things that he shared with me as a friend was really important and really big to me, and I really appreciated that on his part.
So I think with what you were talking about, where you were talking about the one of the pictures one time that you were talking about. Here's a picture Mike had sent me.
Going out in the wild.
Going out in the wild. But here was another one, which I thought was, dude, it was so awesome. It was so precious. But check this out. It was him and his son going together.
Exactly. Going together,
setting
hunting.
Up and going hunting. And he would send me pictures like that, them two here and there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's definitely one of them. And it's crazy, man. But it's great because he loved his son that much that he just wanted to take him out and look for toys, man. And it's the one thing that him and his son enjoyed together.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
in video games, man. That was the thing.
Man, he loved him some Motu though, like him and his son sharing Motu, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, indeed, man. But I mean, those are my memories of him, man. And it's sad that he's gone, and I will definitely miss him. I'll definitely miss the conversations that we had, whether it was within group settings or it was just me and him. And I cried, man, when I heard the news, man. I literally cried,
yeah.
That shit hurts so much, man. Especially when it's like someone you just spoke to.
Yeah,
I just spoke to him 2 days ago. Like, what are you talking about? Like, shut up, man. You lying? Like, this ain't real.
I know the feeling, bro.
It's just a crazy feeling, man. It really is. So, I tip my hat off to him and his family, man. New York. Love you, brother. Yeah, man. May you rest in power, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, fair enough. Lowery, we'll go to you.
Oh man, what can I say? Met him. What was it? I guess when Eric B met him, some of us met him in
2017.
17. In Reston. We didn't really talk as much. When we first met. We talked here and there. It was more like we hung out more like NJCCs and conventions and stuff like that, seeing each other, like, hey, what's up, bro? Like hanging out and whatever else, mutual respect. And we always treated Bethany with love and respect, and like any of the other wives, everything else, like, and us, just our friends and stuff. And he was, there's a lot of good memories. It's too many to start, like, a couple of us went to ZoloCon just recently, and we were talking about the podcast, just getting advice from some of our friends, stuff like that, and it was definitely, I love him to death, but it was definitely a chore sometimes, like, just joking around with each other about trying to get him set up on his computer and his technology. Like, he hated technology with a passion. Like, like he hated technology with a passion, but he was determined. And
he figured it out too, man.
I mean, we got him set up on stuff. I mean, he was having fun with it. He was going around. We got him hooked up with a headset. Like, dude, he was starting to become a pro at it, and he just had a knack for, to be honest, he had a type of smile, and Kincaid just laughed that would fucking put anybody in a good mood.
Yeah, he was always smiling, man.
He was always talking about his son. They were best friends. I mean, it's just, and to get him on this podcast and getting him, all of us, out of our comfort zones, and finally getting to, getting him open to do what he wants to do. Like, dude, like to this day, I still watch his promo videos like every day.
Yo, them things are hilarious, bro.
I got them joints just sitting in my bank, man. Like, I look at them sometimes, I really do.
his knack for just trying to entertain people.
Right off the cuff, man.
Yeah, and just didn't think twice, just jump right into it, having fun with it. And, definitely gonna be missed. And so for people that don't know, his funeral is actually going to be being placed next weekend, which we'll be providing the info. You can look on our Facebook page, and it will put it in our description as well. So if anybody wants to any well wishes or anything like that, or if they want to go, just let me know.
Yeah, man.
May he miss the dude, miss talking with him, late night hangouts, stuff like that. Trying to get him set up on his computer, just hanging out. Like he'll be. What was it? A 2 weeks ago. I'm sorry. He was sitting there in his living room. Me, him, and EE Prime were just sitting there on the video, and Mike's sitting there dusting all of his figures. Like he had it all set out on the shelf and everything else. And he's sitting there just dusting stuff out, and then you see his son over in the distance, just sitting there, just chilling, watching Motu, like on the TV, playing with his He-Man figures and all that, and run up and waving hi and everything. So, shout out to that little man.
Yeah, man.
He's got a long road ahead of him, so he'll definitely need support from a lot of people. So,
absolutely.
What about you, Eric B?
Yeah, so taking it back to 2017, meeting Mike, sitting down inside of the third-party panel. We just so happened to sit next to each other, and that was my first major convention out of the state. I had been here to Motor City Comic Con and sat down next to him, and we seen some of the latest Fans Toy stuff that was coming out, and we're talking about third-party, and we instantly hit it off, man. And you just realize that, like, he was just a good dude. Like, he loved toys. He was passionate about the stuff. We talked a little bit about it, and we exchanged numbers, man, which is weird because I'm there with my homeboy, and I didn't know nobody else there. And we exchanged number and was like, man, let's just stay in touch. You know what I'm saying? And the rest was history. Saw him again at the Agabus party that night. I think it was Saturday night. We hung out a little bit more. And I think that's when he joined the realm too, I think. I may be mistaken. But I think that was, at least meeting everybody at the realm. That was the first time meeting everybody. And yeah, man, I always remember his kindness, his candor. If he had a lead on something, you needed it, he was the first one to tell you where he can get it from. And if he's seen it, he'll pick it up and send it to you. And his love for his friends was amazing. His love for his son was even more amazing. And I'll never forget when Lowery and I were talking about potential castmates and who we thought would be a good fit, man. And, one of the names that we landed on was New York Mike. And he wasn't a technology guy, and that was his thing. He was like, I don't know how much help I'm gonna be, but I'll do whatever I can. And he did just that, man. He jumped in, did whatever needed to be done, came up with some great ideas, some great show topics. And I'll never forget the laughs and the debates we had about sports. That's one thing I'm definitely gonna miss. Because that guy can go. When it comes down to sports, man, it's not too many people that can give me a run for my money. And that guy can go. And he definitely had even a little more sports knowledge in a lot of different areas than I did. He's the reason why I actually started picking up and watching a little NASCAR, because he was so passionate about it. And I'm like, man, if he can do that with NASCAR, then I probably need to see what's going on, because he sounds like he makes it sound terrific, even though I felt like it was the most boring sport in the world. I took golf over NASCAR, so that should tell you something.
I wouldn't go that far, but
I definitely would not go that far.
At least with NASCAR, you're ready for a crash, but like golf, what are you going to do? You're hoping somebody hits a pigeon or something.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping for a hole in one, but that's neither here nor there.
Don't we all?
His videos for promos were hilarious. He did a phenomenal job of keeping us going. When he and Lowery will host the Saturday night hangouts, I remember the first one that I was on with you guys was the very first one out the gate. And the second one, man, you just seen him grow tremendously and how he was keeping the conversation going. He made me proud, man, because you seen him coming out of his shell. And I'm like, this guy got it. He could have been podcasting a long time ago. And it was an honor that he accepted our invite to do so, because we know that he'd been asked before. And that's amazing. You know what I mean? But he didn't have the time previously, but he had the time now, and he found the opportunity, and he found his niche, man. And, you know, my coworkers were fans of his on the show. They like, man, this guy's hilarious, and he'll forever be missed. He definitely left a void that will never be filled. He's one of those guys, man, that you just, if he needed help, and he'd never tell you, but if he needed help, that's a guy you didn't have a problem helping, because he helped so many people all the time. You know, you needed something out there, he needed it. If he seen it, he was on it for you, man. So shout out to New York Mike. My prayers and my thoughts go out to his family, especially his son, Jayden. Having myself help raise a child with autism, I understood a lot of his pain and some of the stuff that he went through. And he may not have understood that I knew it to the extent, man, but I always prayed for him and his family, because that's a tough situation. He did a really good job, and he made it look easy, but it's not easy raising a kid with autism. So shout out to Jayden, who will definitely need us more now than ever. He's got 3 uncles on the show, and we will forever be him for him. Anything he needs. Shout out to his sister and his family there, and you know, even shout out. Huh?
You said 3 uncles.
I know. I was like, wait.
And then I said, let's count.
I'm like, goddamn, bro. I was like, who got left out?
I left myself out. I went myself. I'm looking at the screen. I left myself out. But he has 4 uncles, man. If that dude needs anything, you know, the family can never hesitate to reach out to us, and we'll be there as much as we possibly can. So with that, man, I give my love, my affection to Mike. Shoot one up to Mike, man. And yeah, man, good brother right there.
For sure.
I'm bad at math too, because that went over my head as well.
That's when I quickly whispered, and I'm like, wrong count.
Oh yeah, 3. That's the one.
I was on my figure. I was like 1, 2.
I'm pulling my abacus.
I wasn't drinking that much today. I'm like, look.
Yeah, it's funny. I was like 1, 2, 3, 4.
Candyman.
Yeah.
Man. With that said, guys, I think this is one of Mike's favorite segments. He liked to make fun of all the lighthearted stuff, man. So let's get into a little funny, lighthearted news real quick.
All right, man. Let's get this over. Let's get this link. For some reason, shit.
Let's get this link. So
shut
lighthearted wise, we didn't have much, but you know, Lowery found this here, and I think it's pretty cool for families who are out there. Looks like Walmart is going to be setting up screens in their parking lots to do like a family drive-in, man, to allow people to watch movies. And I think on screen they're talking Jaws, Space Jam, I think Indiana Jones, and something else, Lowery.
Yeah. I mean, they were going through. They were talking. There's a bunch of different movies like they were talking about, like family-oriented movies, like 80s movies, like whatever pretty much it is. I mean, they didn't go into too many details about it yet, but they were talking about doing it across the U.S. I mean, they were talking about having like little Easter eggs and stuff from upcoming movies and some of this stuff, so just be on the lookout.
It's supposed to happen like, the end of this month or something. I think is the first one, right?
Mm-hmm. So starting August at select Walmart stores.
Yeah, you can check Walmart's website for the actual dates and movies, but it's going to be a select stores, I believe.
That's going to be dope, man. That's going to be dope. You kind of need that. Now, I miss the old drive-in thing. Like, we have one here. It's called Ford and Wyoming Drive-In. It's one of the oldest drive-ins in the United States. And it's still fun to kind of go. I mean, right now with COVID, you don't want to go to the bathroom or nothing. So you gotta be careful with that, man. But we might end up making a trip to the drive-in. It's probably the only time you're going to get any entertainment with your family right now outside, right?
The last drive-in movie I saw was Fantastic Four.
Oh, wow. Which one?
That's one, yeah.
The one with Jessica Biel was this one.
I figured that.
A long ass time ago.
She's still pretty good looking.
Yo, she is, bro. She aged like fine wine, bro.
You know who else still looks pretty damn good is what's the name who played April O'Neil from the Ninja Turtles?
Megan Fox?
No, the original one.
The old school?
Yeah, I forgot what her name was. She just.
But Megan Fox looked good too, though. But
yeah. But no, like she said, she has which I forgot. I was going to mention this later, but screw it, I'll do it now. They on her they created a YouTube page. It's like Turtles fans, whatever. I can link in the description or something. But they basically they're doing like a lot of these different people are doing these like throwback videos with like casts from different movies from growing up and whatever else.
Yeah,
and it kind of ties into this a little bit. Like was it Josh Gad? He did like Ghostbusters, you know, like all this other stuff.
He did Ferris Bueller too.
He did Ferris Bueller, which was a cool one. But I just watched it last night, literally, and the one with the girl who played April O'Neil, and I forgot her name for
Judith Hogue.
Yeah, Judith Hogue.
All right, Google that. We need to see her now.
Judith Hogue. Oh yeah.
It didn't happen if we don't see it.
Here. I'll pull it up on.
That's what she looked like.
Like, dude, it was funny because she was on. I'll pop it up on YouTube so you can see the video. But long story short, she was recording, and then Casey Jones was there, and she was wearing a low cut top, like low cut. Oh, wow. And like he was like sorta, but not really, like kind of like, damn, you look good, like sort of thing.
He's still trying to get April.
Yeah, like he's still trying to hit it with April or something. Like, here, see if I could pull the picture up. Like she still looks damn good.
So you got some Shannon Tweed vibes or no?
Yo, nickname in that chat.
Yeah.
She got the Shannon Tweed vibes. I think that's the short title this week.
I don't know, dude. I think she might have Shannon Tweed kind of beat though.
That's the name of the episode.
I'm talking about Wolf. Let's make sure we put that to the side right now.
Write it down. You got the Shannon Tweed vibes. Thank you, Ian. Making our job a little bit easier.
You're welcome.
All right. What is it, Judith?
Oh,
man.
Yeah. Dude, she's still a good looking woman.
Lowery's over there about to kill himself, man. What is going on?
But here you go. I'll share a picture of her. So this is well. I mean, she aged pretty damn well. She's still. I mean, she's still good looking.
She's recognizable. Like, you can tell that's her.
Yeah, dude, look at her. I mean, come on. I mean, I'd still hit it now. Shit.
He's joking, Bethany. He's joking.
No, I'm not. No, but so here she is. Like, here was a picture on her Facebook profile.
Yeah.
That's kind of coming up, kind of blurry, but yeah, like she. Let's see if it pops up. Watch, she's gonna be all sorts of shit.
All right.
See, this is what I was talking about here. The cast reunion, like she did, like Corey Feldman and all.
I saw that.
Corey was in the second one, right?
He was in a couple of them. He was in second and third.
I think he was in the first and third. I don't think he was in the second one.
Was he in the first? I just watched the first one the other day.
Yeah,
first one he was in. First one and third one.
First and third?
Yeah.
No, because it was It was different people who played the voices in the first one. And then the second and third, he was in those. But, dude, I mean, she's a good-looking woman. But it was kind of cool because I was on her Facebook page like a week or so, like this week, because I was doing info, like searching on it. Like, they sent her... what's that?
He said you were stalking her?
Looking for material.
Yeah. But it was cool. She posted a video that she got sent a bunch of the NECA stuff. The NECA turtle stuff. And she's pulling up, like, this, and then also she pulls out the 2-pack of like Casey and Raph, and I got a little salty about that. No,
yeah, because everybody's looking for that right now.
Yeah. And she's like, "Oh, somebody sent me this." She's pulling out all this stuff, and she pulls out the 2-pack. I'm like, "Wait a minute, this video came out. This video came out before it even posted up on Walmart's site."
Yeah,
but
you see that going for like $250 right now.
Yeah, Dude, in fact, she was in the other Turtles movies too. Did you know that?
You know what? I only
Yes,
She had
yes,
a
I did.
cameo. Like this is actually her. I think this is a picture from her from the newer Turtle movies just a few years
Megan
ago.
Fox.
Really?
What?
Yeah, there's
so that's
Megan Fox with her too. I think she was like the editor or something.
She got a cameo.
Shut up. Nice. Didn't even know.
Look at
I don't
that.
know. Like I don't know.
In my house, record.
Megan Fox is pretty bad, but I don't know. Like, wait a minute, here you go. I think I found a better picture right here. Dude, she get. I'm sorry, but like, she's definitely still got some curves, so she's still got it.
All right, Jay. Now Google Shannon Tweed.
Front and back. Preferably the front.
Well, I got to be careful when typing her in because she was definitely in some soft corn.
Yeah,
I got to be careful. I type in Shannon Tweed, it might pop up with the wrong thing.
Yeah, man. Pornhub.
Barely staying on now, man, with all the meat jokes.
I don't know, dude. I think April Hall. I think she did not age well.
She definitely did not age well.
I mean, that's what she looked like back in the day, but
yeah,
now she looks like she could be an extra.
She was married to Gene Simmons. I forgot about that.
I know. I forgot that too.
I mean, she could be an extra on The Mummy, dude. Like she's definitely getting pretty rough.
Not age well, bro. Dang, man, your crush did not age well, man.
It wasn't mine.
It was mine for a little bit.
Yeah. He's like, I'm switching up to Mrs. Hogg now.
Right, he's like, we're all good. She looks good though as an editor too. Like they made her look really good. And what's also cool is that we know April was a redhead from the cartoon and the comic books. She's a natural redhead, so I mean that gives her even more credibility. I like that. Yeah, I like that, man. Well, good stuff, man. So, one thing we forgot to do is to go into our halls real quick. So,
real
Lowery,
quick.
man, let's start with you, man. Let's start with you. I know you got an epic 13-week haul holding out over there.
13 weeks.
We having a
you holding out on us?
Shh, don't tell too many people. All right, so I really did. I can't even remember what the hell I have. I'll just throw a couple of things up. So I got this today in the mail.
Nice.
It's the spawn from the Mortal Kombat? Or no, Injustice.
Yeah. No, that's from Mortal Kombat.
It says Mortal Kombat on the front. Let me go.
No. I'm talking about from the game. This is from which game?
The Mortal Kombat game.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat.
He's in Mortal Kombat.
So, Jesus, I'm fucking... It's been a long fucking 2 weeks.
He's still thinking about Judith.
Yeah. Don't mind me if my screen goes black. So then I got this from Bandai the other day, another Gundam, obviously.
Nice.
That's a cool Gundam.
It's basically it's a similar mold, but what's kind of cool about it is that it's actually it's a sniper basically. And I mean, dude, look how many parts of shit.
Oh my god, bro! I can never.
But it's got like green and it's pretty cool. It's got a bunch of different greens.
So it's like camo green almost.
No, it's just like a regular green. It's not a camo pattern, but it's definitely got some green in it. It's kind of like what the box is, basically.
Oh, nice.
It's got and it's a custom from P Bandai.
Nice.
It's coming soon to a meetup near you.
Yeah, no shit. This here, I picked up.
We're not talking about Magnum rappers for those listeners out here. We're talking about.
I've got a Magnum. Pretty cool figure. My head isn't floppy. Wait a
minute. You don't need a blue pill?
Yeah. No. So I picked this up. Shout out to Nick the Toy Guy. He came in the mail. It's a pretty cool figure. Definitely love it. What else did I do? Let's see here. I know I talked about these before.
Yeah.
On a previous show.
Yeah.
But what I didn't talk about was these, because this came in after, which was the tapes.
4-pack, yep.
And they're pretty cool looking, dude. They're only like this fucking big. They're small. They're better than the KFC shit. Way better.
Are they bigger or smaller than that Baby Yoda?
They're about the same.
That's
Really?
crazy. I thought they were bigger than Yoda.
No, in cassette mode, like when they transform, they're probably bigger.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say in like bot mode, they gotta be bigger than Yoda.
Yeah. Something else I did get that you guys haven't seen. I don't think anybody's seen this.
Give it to me.
Yeah.
I think I know what that is.
Actually, I was one of the first people that got this in the mail. I forgot I even ordered this.
Ferocious? Oh, nice.
Hey, very nice.
Kind of give you an idea. So it's
Oh,
Palpatine's
that's
chair.
dope.
Unlimited power.
Yeah, it's pretty, dude. It's pretty nice. The only weird thing though is, these two guys on the sides, like they're solid plastic. They're not like
really?
a figure on
It'll
it.
move.
No, they just stand there literally.
Static guards. How are they going to protect things when they're static?
I guess they can hold something in their hand, or they're not worried about it because he can shoot sparkly fingers.
Like the
And
way
to
that,
be fair, they didn't move much in the movie.
that's true. Facts.
Let's see what else. I did get the ferocious. I think that was pretty much about it.
You're lying. Look at that.
No, that's literally. I think that was pretty
He's
much
just got
about
an
it.
ass though. I get it. You got too much stuff.
Fuck, I can't remember.
Oh, that's what's up, man.
But that's pretty much about it for me, I guess.
All right, man.
Good
Moving
show.
right along.
What about you, EWells?
Yeah, man. So I mean, quick shout out. As y'all can see, I'm outside. So I'm on. I'm outside on location right now in New York.
Are you selling shirts on the side of a street, or what are you doing?
No, but these are part of since I haven't been on for a while, I figured I'd share some of my birthday as well.
Look at that
Look at
shirt,
that.
man.
So so first off is a shirt from my brother. My brother picked out a shirt for me. It says Marvel, of course, from it, and it has the Punisher cover from his latest first series from the Punisher. So this is the first comic, and it's just embedded in the name Marvel. So we got that there. And then my guys from the Nerds Unspoken podcast.
Yeah.
Got
Look
me
at
a
that sexy shit.
nice shirt here, a little sexy shirt here. And just hold that still so I can focus on it.
There you
But
go.
as everybody knows, the Punisher is my favorite comic book vigilante / superhero, if you want to call him a superhero. But so this was great. It has the Punisher and the War Machine on the shirt, and I love it, man. Thanks, guys. This was a dope birthday gift.
We're pretty awesome.
Yeah, you guys are pretty cool. But you know what makes you guys even more awesome is that you guys helped me get my Hot Toys Punisher.
Speaking of big pun,
Ooh.
Very nice.
Look at that.
We're doing slow-mo for effect.
You don't need my pictures anymore. You got your own.
Exactly. So,
that's such an awesome piece, man.
oh man, it is. It's a
I
beautiful
was gonna
piece.
make a joke with it, but I'll leave it alone.
No, you got to do it now.
No, you gotta do it now. Absolutely. Go for it. I mean, what we here for?
I was gonna say, is that the first time you've held something that large and black in your hand? Oh, you know I love you.
I was gonna say no, it is not.
Well,
This
it's a
is
trick
second time.
question.
I can't with you, bro. I can't. I really can't. But anyway, so we'll continue the trend here. I got my Magnum as well.
Nice. You got a box of condoms too, huh?
Yes, sir.
Nice.
I got the Costco box of Magnums here.
And guess what? Guess what?
Man.
I can't. But, so I also shout out to Nick the Toy Guy.
No, he doesn't, kid.
Nick the Toy Guy hooked me up with that one as well. So shout out to him. Also got Black Widow.
That's the one. Is that the cleavage that everybody been talking about?
No.
The what?
That's the black one, I think. Yeah, somebody posted that online. Was like, yo, you got to get the one with the cleavage. I'm like, bro, you thinking too hard.
Yeah, that's a little crazy.
Oh, he's definitely thinking hard if he's looking for the cleavage. So
For real. But this is the gray suit one, the short hair. Shout out to E Prime and Gort. They both helped me pick this one up. I think Gort was in the store and he saw it, and E Prime. I don't know if he sent a message to him or if it was in the group chat. But then E Prime hit me up. It was like, "Yo, do you need this Black Widow?" And I was like, "Yeah." And so Gort was like, "I got you. I'm gonna send it over to you." So shout out to both of them for that find right there.
Nice.
And I just got a few things that came in from our friends at C Jessam. Did I say that right? C Jessam, the guy that does all the tailor special clothes for figures.
Oh, okay.
C Jessam.
CGM or whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah, how you pronounce it, I'm not sure, so I apologize.
C-Jism? I don't know.
Whatever. But anyway, I got a lot of customs in a year later, and I'm not even kidding you. It's been a year.
Track, right?
Yeah, man. But I got the coat for Gambit came in.
Nice. Wired one?
Wired, yep. I know we got and I know we got Mezco coming out soon with Gambit. So, it's crazy that this happened to come in now. But, and it's dope. They do a really good job with the tailored clothing. Also I know Jay has this on his desk behind him. I got the lab coat for Beast.
Oh, you suck. I need that.
Nice.
Yeah, so this also came in from C. Justin. And
I need that new head sculpt too. I need the Beast, period. So if y'all see one out there, let me know.
Amazon, they have it for like $20.
Stop playing. I'm on it.
Yeah, definitely get on that, bro.
You going through your haul right now.
I was getting ready to buy 2 of them to make a custom werewolf with them. So.
Oh, nice. And I got the cape for Dr. Doom. I don't know if I showed this already, but I can't remember. It's been a while.
Hey, whatever. So
I think it's new.
It looks good, dude.
It's got a wired cape. Oh,
who's
man,
that from?
Beautiful. I forgot the name. I'm so sorry, but I'll put that in the link later. But I found this off somebody on Amazon, believe it or not, and they were selling it for about $22. And this came from China, and it got here real fast, bro.
Was it GPS lot?
No, that wasn't.
Yeah, there's somebody like them and somebody else that do it.
Yeah, it's great, man. It came in dope. So, but yeah,
they must have sold that one, bro, because now it's on Amazon for $109.
Check Best Buy because they had it too. So.
Okay, bet.
And this is my last.
I know what that is.
Yes, sir.
Ooh, that's an oldie.
So, it's an oldie, but a goodie.
Oh, yeah,
man. I got to finish my Dinobots this past week. Shout out to Fitz on Facebook. He hooked me up with this for a great deal.
Oh, what's it, Lionel Hutz or whatever his name
Lionel
is?
Hutz, yeah. I don't want to say, I don't want to put his government out there, but you guys know his name.
I don't think that's his government.
I know that's not his government. I'm just saying. I don't want to put his actual name out there.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, man. So this came in as well to finish off my Dinobots. So I'm good to go with Fan Toy Store over here. So, and that's
glad you got that, man.
I'm so glad I got it too, man. So
yeah, because that guy's been getting a lot of flack. That guy's been getting a lot of flack because of his weird. Like he's cool to talk to, but he just needs to get straight on like how he does his sales tactics.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
He's still fairly new. He's still getting pricing down. Like he was pricing stuff too high and some stuff too low. So yeah, I get what you're saying.
Right.
Dude, he's learning.
He's learning. Yeah, it's a whole learning process, right? We all got to get it.
Yep.
Yeah, but that's it for me, guys, this week.
Cool. I guess that leaves me. Yeah. So I'm gonna save it's finally is here.
We missed Wolf. Wolf didn't go.
I'm sorry, dude. My bad. No, what is up with my nap today?
I don't know what's going on. You might take a seat there, Eric B. What's going on, brother?
I'm gonna time out. Self-imposed.
Anyway.
What I was saying was, no, I'm playing. Go ahead, Wolf.
It's fine. Like the rest of you, I got some Mr. Magnum non-floppy head edition.
Here. Hold it together and then shake it. I want to see if you got floppy head.
You gotta take it back and forth.
Floppy head. No floppy head.
Oh, I don't like how you said that. I'm not doing it. You're setting me up. I know you.
moving a little lower. Look surprised.
That's the Photoshop narrator one. This was a Best Buy find. Got it for under $10.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Hey,
Gone wrong.
under $10. That's dope.
Yeah, it was on sale. I guess no one wanted it. That's fine. We got some random Walgreens finds. This was in the middle of West Virginia.
Ooh, Lando action, huh?
Orlando in the
Nice.
guard outfit, like that one, like that.
Nice, nice.
This was my local Walmart or Walgreens. Got some
Hey,
Solo
very
movie?
nice.
Nice.
Rio Durant.
I can't read the name, so you're gonna have to read it off if you do.
Rio. Oh, right, because it's.
You're like, show me, and I was like, who the fuck is that?
I was
Like, I can't see it.
Look. Got this one too. L3.
Oh, that's a cool one.
Got the.
That is cool.
Druid, like that one. And my Walmart actually had some things for a change.
What? Walmart
Damn,
has
what?
something?
I was shocked.
Wolf
like
has
you
a
guys.
Ew.
Oh,
you got
that's a
a
nice
Walmart?
one.
I did.
Wow.
I'm shocked as you are, my friend.
Yeah, bro. Shit.
Next thing you know, he bust out a 2-pack with Casey Jones. He's like, I got this too.
No, that stuff's not my bag. I also found this one.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
No snow speeder.
That's what's up.
And last but not least, today.
Uh-oh. Show it to us.
Little
Whip it out.
something. Oh, he dropped his gun.
Mm-mm.
Never drop your gun.
You gotta know when to hold it.
Oh, it's falling apart.
Oh, man.
So unprofessional.
Damn.
Bringing the
You
show
know,
to a grinding
man.
halt. Sorry.
Yay!
Nice.
You went off
Oh,
team.
that's beautiful.
Nice.
That's in
Nice,
pretty
bro.
damn good condition.
It's
You've been
not
getting some really
bad.
good finds, bro. Jesus.
You know that's not a commemorative one, that because they didn't reissue that one.
No, they didn't.
No,
This
they
one-
didn't.
No.
Real
uh-uh.
Dio got into one of the groups, so shout out to that dude.
Holy shit.
Nice.
Damn, bro. I'm about to send you my shopping list, bro. You be finding some shit.
Yeah, man.
For real.
Nice.
So it was a good week. Eric B, I think you got something very special to show us today. Am I correct?
Yeah, man. The excitement is killing me, but I'm want to wait until the end here. Let's go through the minimal stuff first. Not that this is a bad figure, because it is a really good figure, but I also got a little Magnum action from Nick the Toy Guy. Just got to get my label
Repeat
on.
that.
Nope.
Isn't that like a double negative, a little Magnum action?
But I do actually have a floppy head. So you see how my head just rolled up. But who cares? Like, this thing is beautiful.
You need to look at Judith Hogue again.
Hey. It's
Now,
a
you
really
gonna-
big figure, man.
Are you going to use them in combiner mode, or is that going to be like on
That's
not mode? Okay.
Yeah, DX9's is gonna be my combiner mode. What sucks is Hanny sent out my let me go on a little rant real quick. Let's talk about this for a second. So USPS, the post office sucks. Sucks big butt. So not only did they lose my Grail piece the first go round, right? They also sent my DX9's dead end to New Jersey from here. It was here in Michigan, in Detroit, downtown, waiting for it to go to Southfield. Nope, it ended up in New Jersey.
Yeah,
And
so they
then
messed up.
it bounced up through New Jersey, back down here, and now it's stuck at the depot again. Because why? Because it's a hot spot over there, just like it is here. So now that thing's got to sit for 2 weeks before it even gets sent to me.
Damn.
Jesus, why don't you just go pick it up with a mask?
Yeah, seriously.
Bro,
Yeah, for real.
crazy, man. Like right now, it's saying it's in transit to the next facility. I hope this is not another one.
In fucking Ontario, Canada, or some shit. Like,
Bro. I am going to be upset. I already let one of the ladies have it when she told me to, give it a little more time, be patient. It's like, ma'am, I've been waiting 30 days on my grill, and that never came. So don't tell me to be patient. But that's neither here nor there.
I'll tell you what, you and Matt B have more problems with the post office than I've ever seen.
because you guys live not far from one another, right?
Man, we're about 20 minutes from each other, like 20 or 30 minutes, and it's the worst. It's the worst.
Is it the same hub or something, or what?
It is the same hub, but here's the crazy thing. Like, Matt ended up getting his stuff 2 days before mine, and I'm like, we in the same area. Like, what is that about? But I can't figure
Well,
it out.
dude, I get stuff before you do, and it ships out that way. I don't understand that shit.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro. Like, you got something from
California.
Andy, yeah, and it got over to you before it got to me. I'm like, all right, this is weird. But at least his stuff comes like 2 days afterwards, so that's fine.
Yeah,
I don't have to wait another 30 days to get it. But
30
whatever.
days.
But speaking of Andy, man, he hooked me up. He had an extra Sagat, or Sagat, however you pronounce it.
Sagat.
Nice.
Yeah. So I have this. My Street Fighter line is getting pretty good, pretty awesome. I'm almost done with that line. As soon as they release a few more characters, I'll be through. But he also hooked me up with, I got my Iron Man Ending Battle, Final Battle Edition, and my Rescue from Avengers.
Nice.
Yeah,
I've got a couple figures coming from him this week too. And
that Rescue's dope.
Yep, me too. I got a couple coming too, man. I can't wait till they come. But I got also found this just out in the wild, Ultraman versus 7. Pretty good character. I like.
You found that out in the wild? Where'd you find that out at?
A local toy store here.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so it's cool to pick that up. Shout out to Andy again, man. He's hooking us up. But I got that Mandalorian figure.
Yep.
That everybody kind of hates on the small mass, but I like it. It's pretty cool.
This is the way.
He's got a small head.
Yep.
Is it floppy though?
Hey.
Oh, hey, that's not what she said.
Nope. Then I got some Sentinel pieces in. These are my first Sentinel pieces. I got Gotcha Man, which is dope. Didn't know much about the fiction at all, and this is the first time I bought something that I thought looked cool, but didn't know much about the fiction. Then
Will you start watching the fiction now? Just
yeah, I'm gonna check it out. Yeah, once you send me the link, I started digging down rabbit holes, man.
Nice.
So it's pretty cool. It's always good to expose yourself to some new stuff. Not expose yourself, but new stuff. You know what I mean?
Whoa.
And then I also got Cash In, but I know nothing about this one either. Fighting gear, whatever that is. I just thought it looked cool.
I don't know that either.
So I got that, and it's pretty cool. They are about 50% diecast. They come with lights, so that's pretty cool. But all right, guys, finally,
it's time.
Here. It's here.
Woo-wee.
Spotlight, please.
Show us what you got. Nice.
Yes. Nice.
So is that the Walmart exclusive Voltron? No, I'm just
Yeah, right. I wouldn't pay that much for a Walmart exclusive.
Dude, that's a good set right there.
Yeah,
was that the reissue or was that your first issue?
This is the first edition.
Oh wow, nice.
The USA version because they just put the Voltron package on the outside, but it says Go Lion underneath.
Yeah.
So I'm just happy.
Mine was all Japanese on the outside of that sleeve.
Yeah, it's Japanese underneath, and it's all English on the outside. So I guess I got the US version release. Which I mean, I guess it could be the second version. I don't know. I'm just happy to have it. I've been waiting over a year for this, man, and the first time I was able to get it, the post office lost my package, and I feel really bad for Caleb because that means he lost out because he sent me all my money back. So we're hoping to find a resolution for that. But I told him
tragedy.
We'll figure something out. I'll try to get him help him sell it or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man. But I'm happy to have it finally. Finally, I got the hookup from my boy Matt B. Here in Michigan, who was hoarding too. I'm like, dude, you should have done so. But I'm glad he waited. But that's it for me, man. That's it for me.
Nice, dude. It seems like all around everybody got a pretty good amount of hauls then.
Yeah, it's been 2 weeks.
Honestly, I'm shocked that I've gotten the least amount of shit I had in the last 2 weeks.
I'm actually surprised too, because you're normally the one with the biggest hauls on this.
Well,
between you and Mike, man, like y'all was the haul kings on this show.
In all fairness to me, like a couple weeks ago, I woke up to getting paid and my bank account drained at the same time.
Yeah, that was crazy, man.
Is that fixed up now?
No, I still haven't gotten all the money back. I only got $300 back out of $3,900.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
Wow.
I've been way behind on like everything. So like I had to cut it off.
Bro, I didn't know you was rich. Goddamn, you rich out here. All right.
Well, Larry, and I said this before, man. I'll say it again. If you need something, you let me know, man. I know you're good for it.
All good. Yeah, just I have a bunch of pre-orders from Andrew that I have set up to where I've been paying him a bit piecemealing it.
Oh yeah, and you and Andrew go way back, man. He know you good for it.
So like yeah, it's actually, you know what? I lied. I did forget something. I forgot to
lie. He said that.
I did forget to show you something. I just turned my head and I was like, fuck. All right, here, I'll show you real quick. Sorry. So, like EE did, or yeah, I'm sorry, EWells. I got the blade vest.
Nice. That's on.
I got
dope,
the new vest. I don't have the glasses on him right now.
With
but
the
if
Wesley
you look,
Snipes face?
that's the head.
Yeah,
but look
that's
at
the Wesley
the
Snipes style.
vest. Look at
That's
the vest,
crazy.
the belt. He also has the gun, and then look, he has the shotgun with the
Right.
with these two.
With the steak?
Nice.
Yep.
Yeah, that's dope, bro.
So that
And
came
then-
in the set, right? You got that as
Yeah.
a set, right?
And I ordered the sword. It's actually the sword's supposed to be coming next with the next round of stuff. But he also did the gun. It's kind of hard to see, sorry.
That's crazy.
He did
man.
the
That's
gun.
sick.
It has a holster, everything. It has a belt. And in fact, sorry, I know I'm kind of segueing here.
Got the sword there too? Is that the
So-
same? Did the sword come with it?
No, this is
No, but
magnetic. The sword's coming.
The sword
Check
comes with
this
it.
out. It's a new belt, so it holds the things in the back different instead of from the sides. It holds it in
Nice.
the back.
That's crazy.
That's dope.
And
But-
it's
But
still
you said
magnetic.
he ordered like a new sword, so it was a different sword than the one that came with.
Yeah, dude, he actually has the sword that actually because he actually has the sword that looks like the sword from the movie.
Oh, shut up! Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
I
go
kind of
look
want
at
that.
it.
I know that.
because
That's crazy.
What the Blade movies were probably Marvel's best movies during that time.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
they were phenomenal. Really well done.
Wouldn't argue that. Yeah.
It was really good. Really good stuff.
But here I know we're kind of talking about it. Shit, I'll just show it to you.
Yeah,
On
don't
his
worry.
site, he just because we haven't really talked about it much, but he actually has a sale going on right now too on some of the stuff.
Oh, you got the link. You got the site.
So here it is. So you can go in here.
112. Right?
You can buy it painted. Unpainted is $8. Painted is 15. Dude, here's that blade sword, dude. Check this
Right.
out, the Daywalker sword.
Oh, all right. I didn't even know he had a sword too.
He just put it up
Oh,
just
shit.
recently.
Oh, okay. It's recent because I know I haven't seen that in the past.
Now
Look
is
at
that
this.
magnetic as well?
I
The
would
piece that
think
goes
so.
in the, well, it still uses the original clip, I
Yeah,
believe.
because the magnetic piece is a separate piece, Eve. So like that little magnetic piece just goes on his
But
back.
that's the same head, the same vest, and everything that I have.
I kind of
That's the sword, but look at that, dude.
It's sick.
Oh,
It's
that is sick.
I have no
Um,
attachment to like the comic character or
Yep.
anything. I just.
But he has shit for all sorts of stuff. He's got like the snake
he
eye
does.
stuff. I mean,
Mhm.
this guy's cool as shit. His name's Brian from the 112 shop. He does
Yeah, he's dope.
custom
He's
head
good, man.
sculpts like
Mhm.
that he picks up. He basically he custom does some stuff, but then also he has other sellers he buys from. Like they, for
Yo, look at what he did to Snake Eyes, man. That's crazy. Oh,
Look
didn't
at
you
this-
order a head from him?
yeah.
For Snake
Well,
Eyes?
I got ahead, but look at this cloak I got from my Doctor Strange. It's coming in.
That's
Oh, nice.
That's a nice.
That's the
yeah, I like that
Mezco.
corner.
Look at
Oh,
that.
that's dope.
Oh, look at that.
That's beautiful, man.
And he basically he has a deal with a couple different companies
Mhm.
where he orders overseas for like these are custom made. These are made basically per order.
Mhm.
And just like the Snake Eyes shit, like he's got all sorts of stuff. Everything's made per order. He's got kit bash kits where you can make different stuff. Like here's for 90 painted, you can get the whole blade set.
That's
But here's
great.
the cool part. Look at that right there. He's got the little
yeah,
syringes and shit.
yeah.
That's what's up. Nice.
Like it's painted and then unpainted is 45. I
Mhm.
mean, dude. I mean, if you're a customizer,
Yeah, you
like,
save yourself
it's
some
Yeah,
money.
it saves up a lot of money. Absolutely.
Mhm.
yeah,
Can you click on that Snake Eyes real quick?
yeah. Which one? There's
The,
two
the one
different.
below with the side by side comparison, because it looks like he has like the whole like he looks like the toy from back in the day or the
Yeah.
cartoon.
He did custom. These are actually made, I think, from Mezco bodies. He actually
That's
sells the full figures too.
Oh, those are Mezco bodies. Okay.
These are
Yeah,
Mezco
yeah.
bodies. You can see because I believe these are the blade bodies. Because look at the boots.
Look at the boots here.
Yeah.
It seems like it. And it's $260 for the set, so it got to be come with the figure. I assume,
Yeah, look
right?
at that. It
Yeah.
comes with all of that, all that stuff.
Wow, that's pretty dope, man.
So that it comes with like I want to get this whole entire set just so I can make my own custom. But then like the
Yeah.
GI Joe stuff out there, I'm still probably gonna make my own custom Snake Eyes.
Mm-hmm.
But you can get a So like the full custom both figures is like $4 something. To buy unpainted's $130, and this is if you're buying both. I mean,
Right.
they're all 3D printed. Like, dude, he's got like a full setup. So this guy has a lot of cool shit.
Yeah, he
That's
does.
crazy,
It's a cool
bro.
page, man.
Yeah, I bought a few things from him, man. He's definitely really good.
Yeah, be
The
patient. The guy's cool as shit. I mean, it takes a little while, but dude, he's definitely about quality. He's
Right.
he's
He's a
not going to
one-man
put out
operation,
crap.
right?
What's that?
He's a one-man operation.
No, from what
Not
I
anymore.
understood, not anymore. He used to be,
Okay.
and he's trying to get a deal with the factory to try to get some stuff done. But he's got a setup to where he's got multiple 3D printers set up, and
Mhm.
he's got like a painting booth and all this other shit. So it's 112 shop. Check it out.
Yeah.
He's got
I
a lot
ordered
of
some
cool
You
shit.
heard it here.
stuff for my Punisher recently too, man. So I got a lot more things coming in. So
Mhm.
That's
Yeah,
sick.
I get a lot of shit from him. He's cool as hell. He's on Facebook. Hit me up if you want an introduction. If anybody wants to talk to him, I can introduce you to the man himself.
yes, sir.
Dope, man. Well, what do you guys want to get into next? You want to go sports or media?
Let's do some sports.
I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. Let's do sports. Fuck it.
Eagles sports.
Do a little sports in the media.
Well, it'll be quick. We don't have a whole heck of a lot of sports news.
Yeah, that's what I said. Let's just jump into sports. We ain't got a lot to talk about there.
Man, so I think Lowery will get a kick out of this. Looks like Brandon Jones won his first ever NASCAR Truck Series. Did you get a chance
Yeah,
to even
dude.
watch that?
I honestly I didn't. I haven't recorded. I haven't watched it yet.
Nice. Well, we ain't gonna spoil it then because some stuff happened in that race. So
I heard it was. I mean, I've seen the article, so
Okay.
I mean, it's not going to spoil me none. But yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
so it was a lot of wrecks
Yeah.
in this truck race, which made it exciting for a lot of people. A lot of people watch those things just to see the wrecks. I mean, I don't want to see anybody get hurt, but it was cool. Everybody came out just fine. But he pulled it through in the end, man. It was pretty interesting to see. That was my first NASCAR Truck Series race that I ever watched. So I thought it was pretty interesting. It's pretty
Oh,
cool.
that's dope. That's pretty cool. I'm still trying to get into the NASCAR racing, man. Like I know we talked about it before, but it's just like it doesn't do it for me, man.
Well, the thing is that just watch it for a little bit. Like the problem is, it's the anticipation of you're ready for a fucking crash. You know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
But the crazy thing is like it's kind of like baseball, right? You know, I like baseball, right?
Mhm.
I'm not a huge baseball fan. I get bored watching it on TV, right? But I will go to a baseball game anyway. Same thing like NASCAR.
Heartbeat.
Same.
You know what I mean? It's like NASCAR. It's like it's one thing just to watch it on TV. It's a whole nother thing to experience that shit.
Yeah, in person. A lot of people told me that too. It's like, yo, if you're ever gonna watch a race, you gotta go to Indianapolis and just watch it in person, man, because those races are so much fun.
Yeah, we have here we got the Grand Prix. We got the Grand Prix is the closest thing we get like in close proximity to me. I mean, we got MIS up there and they race up there all the time, but yeah, it is interesting. Like I can't watch the Grand Prix on TV, even though I watch that a little better than NASCAR because it's more than just an oval. Like there's ins and outs. Being there, man, it is crazy. It is a crazy atmosphere. It's really cool.
Dude, I'm trying to think of what other sport you see so much beer drinking and titties. It's just like going to a concert.
Yo, I heard the atmosphere is just like that when it comes to that.
Oh yeah,
yeah, dude. Yeah, like you'll be sitting there, like you'll be having your goggles, turn around, binoculars, like looking down the race, and all of a sudden you turn, you're like, oh shit.
Yeah, we might have to make that happen, man. Once COVID clears up, man, we'll do a group in honor of Mike, man, because I know he was a real big NASCAR guy, man. He loved it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like Daytona, that shit is just crazy going down there. Like that
is
shit
crazy.
is like it's fucking wild going there.
But the way Florida going, I need at least 5 years before I step back in Florida.
Yeah.
Like I mean, like we have like a track down here. It's small.
Yeah, I was thinking more so closer to you because I know you said
what was it, Martinsville, Jay?
Well, we have that, and they just opened up the track like about an hour and a half from here, right down the road, right down 95.
Nice.
I don't know that one.
They literally, it's actually kind of cool if you guys are ever out, and if we ever interested in going, hit me up because there's actually a track they just opened up. I'm trying to remember where it is. It's basically between Fredericksburg and Richmond off 95.
Okay.
And it's got a road course that also goes into like a drift track.
Oh, nice.
It's also got a circle track and all this other stuff, and it's literally right down about an hour and a half from me south on 95.
That's cool, man. Yeah, I'll take you up on that.
We got friends that go down there all the time that race. Plus, we have West Virginia. We go up there to watch the tracks up there and stuff. So
Nice.
definitely
That's
fun.
what's up.
Definitely check
That's what's up, man. Well, speaking of new things, looks like Cam Newton signed a new deal with the Patriots for 1 year, which is pretty incentive heavy for that team. He pretty much is betting on himself to make this happen, man. So, what do you guys think about Cam being the Tom Brady replacement, even though he doesn't have the starting job right out?
I was gonna say, is he competing for the starting job?
He's competing for the starting job.
He's competing to be the new Brady, huh?
I don't know up to that, but we'll see.
Is he already starting to plan out his series, his documentary, or whatever it is?
Jesus.
I mean, shit, that wouldn't surprise me. I mean, the man. I mean, good luck to him, man. I mean, the starting off right now, he got I think it's only 1.1 million or something like that. He signed
1.1 million, 500,000.
500 guaranteed.
Right. I mean, clearly, this is just a season for him to prove that he can still play and prove that he's healthy after recovering from his injuries and stuff. So I mean, this is definitely a contract year. If he even gets on the field to prove it, who knows? He might not even win the starting title. So who even knows who even plays or how much he plays?
Who's he going up against?
Brian Hoyer and some guy they drafted.
I mean, he has obviously a great chance of starting. I mean,
I think he's got a pretty good chance.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
The guy they drafted last year knows the offense. Brian Hoyer has been in this offense before. So they kind of have a one-up on him in that area, which kind of already gives them the edge up. Cam has to come in and now work twice as hard as those other guys. So now
let's see if he's a fast learner.
Exactly.
He's going to get his ass whooped too, like from like everybody, like whoever's going to try to replace.
They gonna try
dynasty
to
right there. So
they're gonna try to give him the business because they know that spot is wide open at this point. So I'm hoping that he gets it because I like Cam. I think that's a good place for him too because there won't be many theatrics in New England. Like they'll ship you out of there before you get the team. You know what I mean? So this would be good for him. It'll humble him a little bit. But I still don't want him to be. I don't want his skills to be diminished. And I'm hoping Belichick can get the best out of him. You see what he did when he had Gronk and Hernandez. You know what I mean? Like those big guys. So I'm hoping that he can utilize Cam's size and his strength and his running ability to help that offense.
Well, if there's one thing that Belichick is good at is doing that. He knows how to win games. Knows how to use your strengths to win the game. So I definitely can see him putting Cam in a situation where, well, for him to win the game. Exactly. Yeah. So I don't know. It just all comes down to personalities. And if that's going to clash with Belichick at all, then it's just not going to work.
That'll be very interesting to see.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see how the personalities clash and how they work together.
One thing I can say is Cam might have issues with like media and certain things, but you never heard a coach be bad about him. So it sounds
no. Yeah, you're right.
So, and we'll see. Only time will tell. I'm also interested to see how that dynamic is because you got like two polar opposites right there. So we'll see.
Right, exactly. So
only time will tell. But keeping it with football, man, what do you guys think about this 10-year, $500 million deal that your boy got, man, Patrick Mahomes?
Man, it's been a long time since we had someone sign a 10-year contract, boy.
Yeah.
I mean, kudos to him. I forgetting that. Clap him up for that because 10 years, and I don't know how much guaranteed money did he get?
So it's still the same amount of guaranteed money on the deal that he already had. So it's structured to be very team friendly. Yeah. But I'll tell you, man, he's already he's proven that he's lights out. I just don't know if 10 years.
10 years is a long time. Is anything
Well, what they're saying here is the deal is worth $450 million over a 10-year period. It could be worth up to $503 million,
God
with
damn.
extensions including a $140 million guarantee for injury.
No, I could be good at sports.
Is guaranteed. How much guaranteed?
It was $140 million injury guarantee.
Injury guarantee.
Wow.
Yo, he'd be like, I injured myself jerking off. I can't play anymore. Like,
yeah, he's guaranteed that 140 no matter what. He's gonna get that. Fuck, I got a rub. You know what I'm saying? I got a rub burn.
$140 million rub one out. I mean, shit. Wouldn't you?
My knees don't work anymore, coach. My knees.
Oh.
So, I mean, I think, when it comes on that type of money, man, that's a lot of money to give a quarterback. I just hope he's worth it. I'm never going to count a dude's dollars and tell him that, hey, you don't deserve this money. If they're giving it to you, more power to you, man. It's right. It's a lot of bread on the table.
Tell you what, that's a lot of pressure, boys. That's a lot of pressure.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of
that's
players
like Brady type pressure
like this. It is. I think a lot of players that get contracts like this don't make it. Like they don't like who lasted 10 years. Like who really paid off? Like how many players can we really say really paid off?
Yeah, man. I think about the players that had those big deals. Like I think you brought it up, and I was looking into them. Was it McNabb?
Like McNabb had the same. Brett Favre had a 10-year contract.
All of them guys lasted past what 5, 6 years.
Yeah, like for really be functional quarterbacks, like to really
I think
win.
Vic could have lasted if he didn't go to jail. Like Vic probably
would have lasted longer. Yeah, he would have.
I mean, he was also a running quarterback, and those guys don't last long. Period.
That's true. I was gonna say that too. That's true.
Yeah,
running quarterbacks don't last long. So
Cam ain't getting the money that he wants because he injury prone because they don't last long.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
that's true. But Patrick Mahomes is not really he's a mobile quarterback, but I don't think he's a running
quarterback. Yeah, like Aaron Rodgers is a mobile quarterback, but we wouldn't consider him a running quarterback.
No, not at all. So I don't know. What's some luck, man? Right now that deal is tight. I know him and his family is sitting back like, yeah, buddy.
He ain't got a wife yet either. No kids. Oh man, that's easy money right there.
No, he's gonna get killed in the car accident or something.
Oh no!
Whoa!
Damn, Lowery.
I'm kidding.
Yo, cut that out. Yo, make sure you snip that part out when you release this.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I don't want to. Here, hold on. I'm like knocking on every wood surface around. Like,
yo, bro. Oh my god.
But dude, I wish that God luck, man. That's fucking insane.
That's an insane amount of money, bro. Like that's baseball player money.
That is.
You know what I mean? That's like a baseball player contract. I remember when like Miggy got $300 million for 10 years or something like that, or 6 years. I'm like, bro, first of all, he ain't making it. So, and that's guaranteed money. All of that's guaranteed when it comes down to baseball. Luckily with football, there's no major league guaranteed contract, so the team can really get out of that if need be. But they locked up their future, man, for 10 years, and
clearly he's their future. So. But I mean, we knew that already. But damn, I didn't think it was going to be 10 years.
Yeah,
speaking of some crazy ass shit, you guys see this? The Redskins, how they people are still trying to get after them. They've been doing this shit for years.
Yeah, they've been trying to get them to change their name for years, man.
Yeah, but they finally went after the sponsors, and the sponsors were kind of saying, "Hey,
yeah, we out." You start messing with money, they're like, "All right, we out."
Yes, like,
all right,
dude, it's crazy, like. Dude,
now, Lowery, you're a Pittsburgh fan, right? But your family is mostly Washington Redskins fan? Okay.
Yeah, but I'm 75% Native American. That shit don't bother me. People just get uptight.
Yeah, I feel you, man. I mean, I see both sides of the argument. There's people who feel like it is a racial slur because they say Redskin, and that's how they were described, like call them by their name. And then, I can understand the people. It's like, man, it's been this way for 40 years, but,
the thing is, like, what I was wondering is that they're going to go after that name. Are they going to go at the Kansas City Chiefs or the Indians, like Cleveland Indians?
We other shit. Couple things down. Cleveland Indians are definitely under pressure,
and the Braves too. Atlanta's talking about changing their names too. Like, I don't mind necessarily the Braves And I don't necessarily mind the Chiefs. Like they have their logos aren't necessarily just red skin. You know what I mean? It's an axe and it's a tomahawk. It's an arrowhead. So that stuff I don't necessarily like mind. Like your.
Well, I don't think anyone has a problem with the. Geez, who are we talking about? The Redskins logo. I think it's more the name than anything.
Well, I mean, it was the name and the logo because it is a redskin guy, right? Same thing with the Indians. That's why they're talking about changing the Indians logo. I thought that's what the main issue was. But you would know better than I would.
It's the cancel culture stuff that's going on right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chief Wahoo. That was the Indians.
Yeah.
He has been off of there for I think a couple seasons now. If I'm not mistaken.
It's been a while. It's been a while.
Because it used to be like the guy was the actual guy that was out there was an actual Indian out there, like
There's a mascot. Yeah.
And then
an actual Indian actually designed the Redskins logo.
Yeah, yeah. And then people the people that designed the logo are actually upset because they're like, look, like it's like other stuff like being canceled right now. Like it's just honestly it's crazy right now. Like with
Lowery.
I don't know who's more offended. That's the thing. I don't know if the Native American culture is more offended at this, or I don't know if
I honestly don't. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think anybody knows.
Who knows?
It's hard to gauge that.
Yeah, I'll tell you this. It's one of those things, man, that I think it's better to just sit back and see how it plays out on one of those things. And if somebody's genuinely offended and they have a stock in a race, man, then, back them up on that. But if it's just somebody just trying to change things for the sake of like I just don't like that, then I'm not necessarily with that. You know what I mean? But like if actual Native Americans are saying, yeah, we're not digging this, then who are we to say, it's not for them to change? Like if they don't like it, they don't like it. That's just up to them, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
They have a right to feel the way that they feel.
Yeah, we all do. All right, so you guys go ahead and take this one, Eric.
Yo, so this is crazy. And I'm for it. I have to admit that I'm actually for this.
A lot of people are.
The NFLPA board are voting to recommending canceling all preseason games, which they should. Honestly, we don't really need preseason in the first place. I mean, I get it's a way to evaluate talent in a semi-real game situation, but
you definitely don't need 4, though.
You don't. Maybe 2.
That's overkill.
Yeah,
2 is probably a sweet spot, right? Like
2 would probably be fine.
Good.
Max, yeah.
And the only people that really go to those are season ticket holders because they get them for free. Like anybody watching a preseason game at the actual stadium that I know of.
It's the only time I can afford to go to a game because people are getting that shit away for $10.
Yeah.
Or you could go to a Redskin game right now.
Thanks.
All right.
That's a good point, man.
Like
that's
$7 or something for.
Yeah, $7 is the lowest ticket price at the Lions Stadium too. $7 to $10, and like those come with free parking. Like they don't do that for the season.
Free park? Do they give you free tailgating shit too? Like
buy you popcorn too.
They need to do whatever they can do to get fans down to that field because we suck. That's the whole story.
Yeah, you guys do suck, but it's all right.
When the last time the Giants
shots fired?
Oh. Last time you guys won a Super Bowl.
We got to check it. You know, in 1964. That don't count. Wasn't no Super Bowl back then. Yeah, man. Yeah, but we already kind of talked about the Cleveland Indians, man, in their statement. They put out a statement in regards to trying to get the community to help them rename their team, or at least their mascot. So I don't know how that's gonna go, but we'll watch that from the background, see how that goes. Like Lowery said, he's 75% Indian, and that don't bother him. So
honestly, I'm a rare breed. Nothing really bothers me too much.
You're a special one there.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely special.
So what were you saying, Larry? I'm sorry, we cut you off.
No, you're good. Fuck, I can't remember. I lost my train of thought. Do we want to go on the media next, or what do you want to do?
Yeah, man, let's do it. I know you on this one, bro. You put this trailer, this in the news chat, man. So talk about it. I know you're a horror guy. Not a horror. I said horror guy.
Horror, not horror.
It sounded like you said a horror guy. I was like, wait a minute.
You might want to rephrase that.
I was like, this is something new.
I mean, you know, I was pretty bad back in the day. You know what I mean?
He's a
But no,
hula.
you know, try to say
He's
horror.
a dirty whore. He's so dirty.
Yeah, so the Candyman teaser trailer popped finally.
Yes.
I mean, it seems like media is starting to finally get back in the flow of things, which I'm
Yeah,
kinda
man.
happy about. Because to be honest, like watching Voodoo and some of that other shit, there hasn't been shit on the TV. Like watching some of the stuff. No new movies coming out. I'm getting like the itch.
Yo,
Not the way you're thinking, but I know we're talking about horror, not horror. But yeah, so I'm kind of excited about this. Like, what about you guys? Are any of you guys horror fans too?
I like Candyman. I do like that, and I like the original actor. That man,
Tony
that was one of
Todd?
those movies as a kid. Yes, that was one of the movies as a kid, man. That you were scared, but you also never wanted to say that 3 times in the mirror as a kid, right? Like you
Say
always
what?
get around your friends. Nah, I ain't saying
All right, everybody.
it.
No,
Watch me
all
say it
right.
like 3 times, and next thing you know, like EWells' wife pops out, smack him in the back head. Don't you say that shit?
What are you doing?
Say my name. Say my name.
That's a different story. But no, I'm pretty excited about that, dude. Like, I like all types of movies, but I've always been a horror fan. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the thing.
It's like I can watch some of the
I'm not a big
scariest
horror
shit.
fan, but you know, I enjoy a good horror movie if I see one. But you know, Candyman was definitely the joint when it first came out. I think
Yo,
everybody watched it.
a good conversation though. What's the last scary movie you guys actually enjoyed, or even thriller? Because some scary movies are like meant to be thrillers. They just scare the crap out of people.
One of the
movie,
one of the ones that it was.
I think
really
it for me was probably one of the scary movies.
Yeah, that's the last one I saw. Now I think about it.
Yeah,
I would have to go with that. But I haven't seen movies. Don't scare me anymore. Like it's nothing that really scares the shit out of me.
Yo, you watch some of that Annabelle shit and some of the Conjuring. Yo, that shit'll fuck you up.
Yo,
The Conjuring wasn't so scary for me.
Yeah, they were more like thrillers and suspenseful than they were.
Yeah, like check this out. So I've got Voodoo, right?
Yeah, it definitely did it for me. I don't like watching that movie. First Law and Order remake.
Yo, it kind of gives you an idea. I've got 3,550 movies. I'm just showing you this real quick.
Oh, you went and bought Trolls War 2? Hey, share that with me. I think you can share it. No, that's movies anyway. I need you to share that with me so my daughters can watch it. I refuse to buy it until I know they like it.
Yo, but dude, one of the craziest movies was The Gate. That's a good film.
Yo, I heard that movie was good, man. It's been on my list to check out.
They did 2 of them. They were pretty good. But there's a bunch of different stuff.
Yeah, you love this stuff.
Like The Hunt, that movie's weird. Like, you know, it's.
Yeah, I wanted to check that out too. And you said Invisible Man was good, right?
Yes, this one right here. Check it out. Like, it's definitely a different story, not like what the old one was, because they kind of changed the story up.
Right.
And,
yeah, they made it more modern, like where it's an actual suit or something like that, right?
Yeah. So it's actually a suit that it is. You have to watch it. Because the Invisible Man, the original one, he drank a potion.
Right.
And he went invisible. But in this one, it's a husband that's a tech genius in fiber optics and stuff like that. And he created a suit that actually had all these little mini cameras all over it. And it reflected the light and everything else. And it made it look like he was invisible so he could stand right in front of you. But half the fucking movie, the way they filmed it, you don't know if the guy's in the room or not until you do.
I can't wait.
And then the ending, you did not expect the ending. The ending.
All right, that's not ruin the ending because I'm
not going to tell you, but like we talked about this a few weeks ago when we talked about the movie where it was only like a $7 million budget.
Yeah, and they like triple that or something.
It was like $100 million it made from 7
That's
million.
Crazy, man. Crazy.
Money.
Yeah. So,
yeah, that's what's up. Well, speaking of movies, real quick, like I saw Gemini Man. I think I posted it in the chat. Gemini Man is a good movie if you haven't seen it. That and I think Lowery, you were talking about Superman Red Sun, so I bought it. It was good. It was
Oh
dope.
yeah, that's
Gemini Man on one of the streaming services.
Yeah,
No, I ended up buying it. But it may be on something pretty soon. But I have it on Movies Anywhere.
it's already
and
started. So.
I can share 3 movies a month or something like that. So if you want to see it, I'll just share it with you.
That's the one with Will Smith, right?
Yeah, it's Will Smith where he's playing with himself. I mean, fighting himself.
Oh, whoa, whoa.
I mean, technically.
Yo, it is good though. Like the story is like you would think the story was gonna be cheesy, but it is really good. Definitely worth it. Yo,
did you guys see that Rob Reiner died?
Yeah, man.
You see Rob Reiner?
No,
Carl.
Or Carl Reiner, Jesus.
Yeah, this is a sad day, man. Like this dude's a heavyweight, and in the entertainment movie / Broadway world, dude has some accolades, man. So Lowery, you want to tell us a little bit more about this, man?
Yeah, so here he's done a lot of different stuff from the Dick Van Dyke Show. Do you remember?
That's his biggest thing.
Yeah, that was one of the biggest things. Do you remember the Jerk with oh shit, what's his name? Yeah, that's a good movie. Steve Martin.
Steve Martin.
He's been in so much shit. It's crazy. He's done some stuff with Mel Brooks. I mean,
a lot of stuff.
Yeah. He done a lot of comedy, done a miscellaneous stuff. He was with
Ocean's 11 too, right? I mean, Ocean's 11.
Yeah.
Was he? No, that's right. He was.
Possible. Yeah,
he was in Toy Story 4, I think.
4. Yeah, he was in Toy Story recently.
I mean, dude, he's been in everything. Summer School.
Been in a lot of stuff.
He's been in Summer Rental with John Candy. I mean, dude, Ocean's 11, 13, 2.5 Men. I mean, House. I mean, dude,
too,
he's been in all of it. And I remember seeing a lot of his movies, man. So I mean, we are getting the age where we're like, all the people we grew up with.
Yeah. It's crazy because when my wife and I went to California for the first time to see my brother-in-law, he lived in Los Angeles County. It was Sherman Oaks was the actual city he lived in. And we got a chance to go see Mike and Molly film, and he was actually walking past, and a lot of people didn't even realize who he was. And I'm like, that dude's a heavyweight. Like this guy's a heavyweight. But of course, people are working, so you try not to bug them and ask for autographs and stuff like that. But yeah, it was cool getting a chance to see him, man. Got to pay respect where respect's due.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man, rest in peace, dude.
Yeah, man. He lived a life.
Did you see Beavis and Butthead are doing a reboot?
Yo, I can't wait.
So instead of doing like MTV music videos, from what I understood, they're gonna be like making fun of like TikTok and shit like that. And
yo, that's gonna be hilarious.
What's that again?
Like the TikTok videos.
Oh, okay.
They're gonna be making fun of videos from the internet, basically, like dumb shit.
Because before they used to critique the videos on MTV, they used to critique music videos,
and now MTV isn't even music anymore. So,
that's a good idea. Yeah.
So yeah, they're gonna come back and do it again. It's kind of I'm actually kind of excited.
Me too. Yeah, me too.
It's gonna be on Comedy Central. It looks like.
Perfect station to be on.
I agree. I agree. 100%. And what's crazy is we have YouTube TV, so we just ended up getting those stations added. So Comedy Central, MTV, VH1.
Nice.
I'm excited.
Yeah, I can't wait because I was always using the Beavis Butthead. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I used to get tore up and turn around and watch them.
Yeah, man. I had a couple of beers, watch some Beavis and Butthead, and some music videos.
That's so hilarious, man. And we weren't supposed to be watching it when we were kids, but
exactly.
Well, it's like that celebrity death match shit like that.
Yeah, man. Celebrity death match.
Be on late at night. Yeah.
It came on like 10 o'clock at night or something like that.
Yeah. They were talking about bringing that back too, and I'm like,
they should.
I want to see like an SJW fight against somebody else, like something stupid.
Yeah, it would be hilarious. This is
Latifah versus a MAGA hat guy.
Oh, that would be funny, man. They got to do it. Bro.
I would love to see that.
Hell?
Yeah, that'd be hilarious.
Anyways, I was going to turn around and bring it up, but for some reason I'm getting blocked on YouTube. Yahoo.
It don't like us today.
No, if for some reason it's being blocked because of Verizon and shit. I don't know.
Yo, it did that to me while I was at work pulling this stuff. And I finally got it at home. I was like, what the heck is this?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's all good. Well, I mean, we can at least tell them.
I just pulled it up. I had to click agree. It was weird. I don't like it.
Oh, there you go.
But they're redoing the director from John Wick is redoing the Highlander series, which I'm pretty fucking excited for. I like that series.
I used to love the Highlander.
I can't get either.
You guys ever see him?
Yeah, I saw a few. Yeah,
absolutely. They were really good.
They were
we're talking about the show, right? Or the movie?
No, the TV shows. They're going to redo.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if they're rebooting it as a show or just an actual film series.
What does it say?
Well, it looks like it's not yet known whether or not it's going to be a movie or TV series.
Okay. Yeah, I enjoyed them both. I enjoyed the TV series. I used to watch it all the time. I think it came on Sundays. Before, what was it? Athena or whatever that show was. Hercules and whoever. Xena,
Princess Warrior.
Yeah, it used to come on before that. I used to watch it.
Or like Hercules, like that shit, like that, like all those shows.
Yeah.
It was like USA or something like that, or whatever it was back in the day. I don't know if you saw this, and I think this has been called bullshit. I'm not sure or not, but Ben Affleck, supposedly people are saying that he's signed a contract for HBO Max. Now,
he ain't about to be mad.
EWells is so excited. Look at his face. Look at his face.
Yeah, right.
He's like, he's going to start a campaign. Not my Dark Knight.
Cancel it. Can I start a GoFundMe for?
I mean, supposedly, like rumors have been flying around because now that Zack Snyder's coming back to redo a new cut of Justice. Apparently, there's a lot of stuff being signed on now, DC-wise, to HBO Max.
Yeah.
And so we're not supposedly this may be debunked, not sure yet. But I know that I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't see people come back and do something with it, like maybe reshoots or something. I'm not sure.
Yeah, when HBO owns all this stuff, Mike, the possibilities are endless now.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's like, uh-oh.
Sorry, his face is killing me, man.
I'm just waiting for the segment to be over. I hate Ben Affleck as that.
Oh, do you? That bad, huh? But here, I got a little bit better. As soon as that shit fucking loads, Jesus, this stuff is not loading.
Y'all get it off the screen fast, come on.
Oh, Burgess. Burgess, you sent the link twice.
Oh, did I?
Yeah. I was like, why isn't this shit loading? Oh, it's because it's the same link.
Oh,
so what it was, and we'll talk about it here. Fuck it. So Marvel acquired rights to Alien and Predator comics.
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys think of that? I think, you know what I think? EWells, I think he was preempting. He knew you weren't going to like that last article. So he put in the notes twice just to mess with you.
Get it.
Yeah, that sounds right.
But yeah, so now that Marvel acquires the rights, it looks like they're going to be doing the comics now.
Their universe.
This is just comics, right?
Yeah, just comics. I couldn't imagine them doing a movie mashup. I'd actually not go see that.
They may see how the
well, they already did one movie mashup of it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, did they?
Two.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, I know Aliens versus Predator. I'm talking
did.
about like the comics and like pulling them into the comic universe.
Oh, the comic universe. I think they did already for.
Yeah, I wouldn't go see a movie, but I'm looking forward to seeing what the new comics look like. Because it kind of looks like they're teasing, he's hunting Iron Man or something like that. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out.
Yeah, we'll see. That looks all right.
Yeah,
it could be interesting.
Hey, you never know.
That's Norman Osborn. I hope that's Norman Osborn there. Iron Patriot head. Kind of looks like it.
It'd be kind of cool though, is if it was Punisher, War Machine, them two.
Oh, versus Predator. That would be sick.
Ian's like,
you know what? That book, yeah. Even without the suit, I want to see that.
Absolutely.
I would think he would. Yeah, that'd be badass.
There you go. Right there.
I just got some chills. Like, hair standing up and shit.
That's the one. That's the
money, Lowery. Go get that money. Bring it back to the show. Go get that check.
I'm okay with that.
So I didn't, for some reason, it auto played. So I don't know if you guys.
Yeah,
Obviously,
do we have to
Transformers.
fast forward this so we don't get a copyright strike?
I'll just clip it out. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
it was only like 2 seconds. It played for a second. So.
All right.
But the Transformers War for Cybertron Siege, what is it? What did we say it was? The
End of this month, I think.
End of this month, July 30th, I believe.
Yeah, July 30th. It says here on the YouTube page. Dude, it looks. I like it. Like I'm all for it.
Good.
I mean, dude, the toys. Honestly, Hasbro with their toys coming out that's associated with this aren't that bad.
Nah, they're not that bad at all either. But you know, you got to pick and choose what you spend your money on.
That's true, and it looks like they took cues from the Masterpiece line with certain things, which is great for collectors who maybe don't want to spend the money for a masterpiece, but still want to have their Transformers.
Yeah.
Gives you the best of both worlds.
I think this is going to end up being one of those things where they're kind of getting between a couple different age groups that are trying to pull in a few different age groups to try to do this.
I agree.
So I'm pretty excited for it.
They're still pretty inexpensive, right? Like they're still good for kids at that price point and even adults.
The transformations are relatively like simple.
Yeah, they are.
But they look G1.
You don't even need instructions for most of them.
Yeah, they're G1-esque. I mean, dude, it's pretty cool looking. So I'm excited for it. I'm ready to watch it. I'm ready to see a new Transformers cartoon.
Yeah, I need something new. I'm ready for something new
absolutely.
with no annoying humans in it, and this is probably what I need.
Annoying humans.
Yeah, I mean, little kids running around trying to fight a war when you can't.
Yeah.
Big machines.
Speaking of war and crazy shit, did you see the? Let's see if it'll pop up here. The last one. Did you see this?
Yes.
Now, I'm not sure exactly how good that this is going to be, but I've been seeing rumblings all over the place about this.
Listen, I've been excited and waiting to talk about this, bro. I can't wait.
I didn't play the game series, to be honest. I know nothing about the game series, but I know
don't
a lot
either.
about
So
the
if someone wants to explain it to me,
yeah, kind of give a synopsis of
it.
I can't wait. Well, since you asked, I'm gonna tell you.
Lay it on us, big daddy.
Excited.
So what's pretty cool about this game series, and they actually have part 2 out, and I just finished it the other night. Phenomenal story. But let's take you back to the first game. So the first game, you have this gentleman here who's named Joel, and you have Ellie, which is the young girl, and he's on his way to try to take her to the scientists, but it's in like a zombie apocalypse type world in Seattle. The world's been kind of overrun by this infection, which turned people into like zombies and clickers and stuff like that. So it's kind of like The Walking Dead, but this young girl, the twist is she's immune to the bites and all the infections, so she can inhale spores and everything. So he takes her through this spores. So he's escorting her through this world, trying to get her to this hospital. And he gets her to this hospital, and then I'm not going to spoil the game for anybody that wants to watch it. But
did you say clicker?
Yeah.
What's a clicker?
Clickers. So it's these little zombies that can't see, and they walk around making this click, 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 click sound. But if you make a noise, they can hear you, and they'll follow that noise right to you.
Okay.
Pretty cool. And the game is phenomenal. And part 2 is even better. My brother and I are really deep into these games, man. And I'm playing through the second time now on something called New Game Plus. But I can't wait. I hope the series is just as good as the game. I'm all for it, man. I'm in.
I might check this out. This sounds kind of cool.
Yeah, I mean, if it comes to fruitation, then I'll turn around and do it.
Make it happen, Lowery. Make it happen. Hey, I thought you gave me the finger at first.
Oh, it was out of view. Hang on, let me get it for you. I was saying you're number 1. Yeah, so I'm excited for this. They're both good actors. So she's been in quite a few films. Obviously, he's been in quite a few.
Yeah,
I'm getting like a Logan and like X-23 vibe by looking at it.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm definitely
that's a good point. Yes, now that I see that, yes, you were correct.
I saw the gift down there, and I was like, yeah, I'm getting
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, and if you think about it, man, like without the exception of his daughter being, a clone or this, that, and the other, it is very similar. Like he's escorting her through these wastelands, trying to get her away from people who are hunting her, and it's just like it, man. It's very similar. So it's dope. I really wish, like, if you guys are gamers, you would enjoy the game. It's suspenseful. It's kind of like Resident Evil. If you play it in the dark, like, bro, it'll come up on you, bro.
Yeah, that was one of my games I enjoyed playing in the dark. Was Silent Hill, Doom. Like those games, I love playing in the dark. Yeah, so I get it.
Is it on all platforms or just like
just PlayStation?
Just PlayStation.
PlayStation exclusive there. And part 1 was for free on the App Store for a while. I mean, on the gift store. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
So speaking of new things and everything else, did you guys see that MP 3.0 Seekers are coming?
Yep.
Yes. And I know everybody's not interested in this. A lot of people are like, why do we keep making Seekers? But I need a second set, so I'm in.
I'm going to tell you now, I guarantee they're going to look like Make Toys.
Wow. You think so, bro?
Well, if they're going for the tune accuracy, then yeah, they're definitely going to look close.
Absolutely. Yeah. They'll look pretty damn close.
As they come out a little bit closer, just read into that.
Yeah, I think it's going to come out with the same head that was sent out with that Prime, the MP44.
A good looking head sculpt, so that's cool.
It's dope. It's huge, but it's look like it's going to work.
It's a huge head.
So let's go around, man. Who's in?
That's what she says.
That's what she'd say.
No.
That's for another show.
It's called the Saturday Night Meetup.
Meet up after dark. Yeah, I'm not in, man. I'm over this scopes already, man. Like this, I'm over this.
Something new, huh? You want something new?
I need something new. Yeah, give me something new, man. I'm over this style already.
Hey, let me ask you a question. What do you want from them?
Good question.
Combiners.
I mean, I wouldn't say combiners, but combiners would be nice. But I don't know, man. I'm just tired of the same thing over and over again, bro.
See, that's the thing. See, I keep hearing. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I'm just gonna say, like, I get where everyone's coming from. They're sick of the redos, and we already got the Primes and the Bumblebees. I want something new. Where's my Jazz? I keep hearing the Jazz and something else. But at the same time, I feel like if they put one out, it's still not going to be well received. Because I don't think you can please these people because they're going to be like, all right, it's too much money. Or they're going to say, I'm sticking with my Make Toys, or I'm waiting for the fans toys. I don't think they can win.
It's not tune accurate, or it's too tune accurate.
But yeah, I mean, isn't that?
I get the complaints, but like I don't think they can win. I really don't.
Well, you can't win with everyone, bro. Like there's going to be something that some person is going to have a problem with.
That's why they're doing a shift. That's why they're doing a shift from what was it, the tune now.
Yeah, from like the real world to tune.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, for my sake for this, I'm fine with it. Like, I'm not sure if I'm going to get it or not because I'm already like, I got the 3 from Make Toys, which are great. I mean, they're pretty good toys. I'm hoping they finish off the cone heads. If they don't finish off the cone heads, then you may end up seeing me selling those off to get these.
Yeah.
I just want a complete set. That's all I really
I feel like there's so many other Transformers that they could be doing, man. There's so many other characters that they could be doing.
They haven't done yet.
Second versions of, or ones that they haven't done yet.
Yeah, but like I said, they're mostly done by other companies. And like I said, if they do put them out, I don't think there's going to be that much excitement. I really don't.
I don't know, man. Like Takara has a lot of loyal fans because of that's what brought them back into the Transformer game.
Yeah,
you're gonna get people who's gonna say, "Hey, I'll get this, but I'll get the Takara as well," just because they got loyalty to Takara. You know what I mean? But I'll tell you,
I used to have that loyalty, and with Hound and Bumblebee, this is where I'm at right now.
Yeah, because we need another Hound out there. Yeah,
they need this. I'm gonna be in on these. I need to replace my other Seekers or 2.0. They don't fit. The articulation and all that's just not there with those. They're older molds. It's understandable. But they got to wow me with the first one. If Starscream's good, I'll go on the rest. If he's not, then I can't do it.
You know what? I'm leaning towards they're gonna knock this one out the park.
Okay, but all right, but
it's got to be there.
All right, but Wolf. All right, so if you get these, right, are you replacing these, or with anyone, or are you using these for an alt mode? Like, what would you even use these for?
No, I would replace them with my.
You would replace.
I would sell off, and I'm not going to get much money for them at this point.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah, I was gonna sell. I had the original Seekers, and I'm like, fuck, I'm not gonna get hardly anything for them now.
But a lot of people like that MP11 mold, man. So you might still be able to sell them for like $100 a piece.
If you're out there, hit me up.
Although I like the Photoshop how it's like it's off skewed.
Yeah,
look over here and look over here. Maybe they can't figure out.
Oh yeah, I didn't even see that. Yeah, you're right.
Look at you, good eyes.
Yeah, for real.
I think it's not
that, or they got movable vents like the last ones did.
Well, it's like it's kind of interesting because if you see over here, this sticks
kind of lines a
than
lot
the
longer.
other side.
Yeah. I see you. I'm in, man. I need another set just for like alt mode. So if these look better than the Maki Toys one, then I'll put those in the jet modes and call it a day, man.
I think the plastic, because those molds are so old,
what
technology's gotten so much better since the MP11 mold.
Yep.
So like, and the plastics have gotten better, and it's cheaper. So price wise,
they still gonna charge $250 for these boys.
I'm gonna say $275.
Is that the Amazon Japan price or not?
Yeah.
Right. I started that bull crap, didn't I? No, I was thinking that was US retail. They're probably gonna be $199. $199 Amazon.
Ooh, maybe.
Wasn't Hound like $150?
He was $139.
No. I mean like retail, not Amazon.
$169.
Yeah, I was gonna say he was over that.
All right. Yeah,
we're thinking of retail. I'm thinking it's gonna be like $250.
Yeah, that's why I said regular retail $250. And when you said $275, I'm not opposed to that either. I think it could be there too. Yeah. But when somebody asks me Amazon JP, that's $199 all day.
It's gonna be
I hope you're right.
I think it's gonna be $210 at Amazon.
Yeah, $210, $220 maybe. If it's $250, you probably save $30 or something like that.
But
and they're all gonna drop at the same damn time.
I hope not.
I hope that's another thing. They need to spread these out for me,
dude. You know what I hope they do? What I hope they do just to fuck with everybody. I hope they drop not that star screen first. I hope they drop like a random fucking one too.
I agree.
Like
I agree.
One of the
they're not gonna sell, but
one of the Rainmakers or some shit just to really mess with them.
You know how they are. Like they do these. The way they do them is so they want to make extra money. So they can fund the rest of the stuff, right? So like they're gonna give you the Starscream, the Thundercracker, the Skywarp first, and then you're gonna get the Acid Storm and this, that, and the Sunstreaker and the rain. What's the other one? The purple one's name?
I don't think.
I can't remember his name.
I don't remember.
Well, you got the
rain,
and then you'll get some type of variant.
That's the name now.
Oh, shit. Yeah, that's the name. So then we'll see, man. And then next thing you know, boom! Now you got a Jazz or something that comes out from that extra money that they made.
We'll see.
So what do you guys think of that Back to the Future teaser?
I can't wait for this. I am so excited.
I'm actually in on it because I like
two of my favorite things colliding. I love it.
Nice.
I love it.
I like it too. That might be my
best too,
man. What is it like retail for $40 or something like that?
It was on. Well, it was retailed for like less than 10 seconds. Like that shit they did with Walmart.
Yo, I saw them prices. I was like, you got to be kidding me.
There's a second release coming in October, so don't worry.
So like the first run, they did what, 1,985 or something like that.
Wow.
And that's it. And then Walmart put it up for 10 seconds and it sold out.
That's crazy. Wow, world.
Like Walmart needs to get better with their shit because the same thing happened with them turtles too. So.
Yeah, Walmart don't care.
They don't care. Exactly. They don't care. They make money.
I'm gonna have to go out on a hunt tomorrow just so I can see if I can. And if anybody finds that shit a 2-pack, let me know.
I got you.
I'm looking for that shit.
Yeah.
You need one too, Wolf? Or no?
What is it? What's he looking for?
Casey Jones, Raphael.
Oh no, I saw Shredder and Krang at Target yesterday or the other day. That's all I've seen.
I never see those turtles at my Target, dude. Never.
I see them all the time.
I was shocked too.
Yeah.
Never.
Oh my
god. But speaking of doing shocked and everything, I see this Fans Hobby.
Oh my god, man!
Yeah,
that's a good looking mold,
good, bro.
That is. That's a good looking. Oh yeah, that's good, bro.
Wow.
God,
yeah, I know that the crosses, the red crosses, are stickers on that thing because they're trying to avoid the Red Cross's wrath.
Where
you can't see them. I'm sorry.
Are they on the doors or something?
Yeah, they look great. They look great to you, big time.
They look great to you.
Oh, I'm seeing some sort of shadow over here.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Is there a stripe too? Like,
Yes.
Yeah, the stripe
okay,
goes
all right,
up
I
on
see.
that.
I
I'm
see
pointing
it.
like you can see it right now. I'm sorry.
Well, I see. Yeah. I mean, obviously I see gray, but I mean, it's not. I guess it's like some sort of like emergency vehicle or something set up.
Dude, that car looks sick, bro. Like
It's a very good job.
Even if I just get it for the car mode to sit on my desk, like I think that thing looks
Right. That
Look
thing
at the
is-
mirrors; they pop off. They made them to pop off. Look at that.
Oh, they pop off?
Look at
Yeah,
that.
you can see the
Right there.
clips right there.
Yeah. Or pegs. That's
Yeah.
sick.
The headmaster looks cool. I think it's got an ab crunch for something that small. I think that's
What?
kinda
A
cool.
headmaster with an ab crunch?
Yeah,
It's
look,
true.
it's because it's part of the head, I think, where it
Yeah, but let me tell you,
transformation or
dog,
something.
like if Fans Hobby can do an ab crunch and a headmaster, then dang it, Fans Toys, how you
Dude.
not for one in Magnum?
Dude, look, it's kind of funny because it looks like he's got the figure has boobs.
I
It
feel
does
like there
have
has to
boobs.
be. I
It's
feel like
real.
there has to be a reason for it.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but I feel like there has to be a reason why there's
Ooh,
that.
man,
And
she
look,
got them
it can't be
grandma
combined
titties.
mode because it turns into a car and it sits on the back of a box. So
Right. I don't know. I really don't know.
Yo, she got them shoulder pads and grandma titties.
yo, you better leave them pads alone. She might slap you silly.
It
with
looks
them
like it
boys.
might move or something, or like they have.
Slide up and down, maybe.
Yeah.
It
And
looks
actually,
good,
it's not
though.
a bad looking figure at all.
It's yeah. Fans Hobby is so underrated in my opinion. I think they put a solid figure together. I mean, I think they could use a little bit more paint on their stuff, to be honest, and some.
Uh-huh.
But everything I bought from them is well built. Well,
I remember seeing the prototype to this at TFCon.
yeah.
Oh,
Chicago.
yeah, she's got where the chest pops down and it has the meter.
Yeah, it's got the
Specs.
tech specs.
Yo, that's sick.
And they are going to redo this one as Nightbeat. They're going to remold it as Nightbeat eventually.
Wow.
Wow,
that would
we had
be
a
cool.
night beat for this one.
Yeah.
I might just wait for that since it's a one-off character and just get that.
It's a good looking
for
figure,
both.
man.
It's really good, boys.
Nice
really
alt
good.
mode, too.
Yeah. for
That
real.
blue is sick too on the window.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, so I'm on next to one of my favorites.
Yeah, come on, man. Let me get
Bring
your,
it
let me
to
get your napkin out, man. You about to salivate.
Mhm. Someone get
Yeah.
this man a bib.
Why is there like a half naked chick like sitting there at the bottom?
Yeah, because we know what you.
Fuck. You guys didn't hear that, but I did. Jesus. I was trying to fast forward through the video so you can see it. So where it's like,
I'm watching it right in front of me.
I'm trying to find the full. This guy sucks. Oh,
Yo, the paint on those things looks.
they're
sick.
phenomenal, dude, and the ratchets are nice. The transformations are. I know a lot of
I love to do
people.
ratchet. Mhm.
That's right. All about them ratchets.
Love them ratchets.
That
Me
ratchet
too.
life.
Me too, friends.
Yes.
But dude, look at this thing.
Oh my gosh, that thing looks stupendous.
I wonder if I can hit mute.
Yeah, that thing is freaking.
Legs on that. Oh,
All right, I got it on mute right now. So you can kind of see it.
whew.
That's
Look at that, dude. Oh my god.
Man.
that's good.
Yeah,
That thing is.
that paint pops.
Shout out to Agabus. I got it pre-ordered through him.
Nice,
Nice.
big Hanny.
Oh yeah,
What up,
I got
dude?
him. Oh
Shout
my
out
god,
to
that's a
Annie.
good looking set. Well,
Man,
because it's an overseas thing, I don't think we're gonna get flagged for that. Plus, I had
You
the
think
audio.
they'll? Do you think they'll finish these this year, man? The way they shipping these out?
I don't know, dude. Like, I think they had these two pretty much ready to go before the COVID shit.
All right.
I don't think they're gonna finish it out throughout the year. I think maybe
They'll get close,
in
you
a couple
think?
months.
Which one's next? The bird?
The
It's
bird.
this one and then the bird. The bird they
Yeah, so-
haven't shown a full prototype or render yet. They've only
Well,
shown
not a color one, but somebody
No.
had a prototype out.
Yeah, there was a
pic-
prototype, but they
a
didn't
resin?
have. It was like a resin mold of it or something.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah, that's
but,
like.
yeah, dude, I'm in for that. I mean, I don't know
Yeah.
if you guys probably are, but you guys
I'm
are more
not
of a
only
G1,
because it's
right?
extra stylized, man. But Chris here is getting them, so I'll probably get to mess with him when I see him. You know, when the world opens back up again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not either. I'm not in for it, but it's I will acknowledge this is a tremendous looking figure.
So what about
Yeah,
this Wave
absolutely.
4? This
Here
Wave
we go.
4.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I'm in on these.
Super 7.
Yeah, these guys look good.
Yeah, man.
Ooh, look at that. She
Really
got the thick thighs and hips.
A lot of accessories. Yeah, man. Got the gap in there.
The only thing it's weird though, her hair's brown.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm thinking
feel
the
that has
cartoon
built so
was.
much.
Was it brown in the cartoon? I can't remember.
These are you got to remember. These are I think these are modeled after toys,
The toy, yeah.
and it was brown on the toys.
Because dude, look at that. They're
okay.
giving you painted, nice accessories, but then they give you also the pieces that are on. Remember the parts tree as a kid? You had to pull the. Yeah, dude. I would always lose those throne stars. Though.
I think we all did.
That was the first thing because Shredder came with them too. That's the first thing you lose.
Yo, why does it look like what is it? Is that Michelangelo?
Yeah,
Raphael peeping her from behind, smiling like a perv.
Pervy turtle.
Perv.
Teenage
Comes a lot of
Mutant
accessories,
Ninja
though.
perverts. Like, dude, I like this.
Fox Taylor looking so nice.
Yeah, he looks.
I've never handled a Super 7 figure, man, so I do want to mess with one.
Neither
They're
have
pretty
I.
good.
So I think this might be the first.
Like their He-Man stuff's pretty good.
Nice.
But
I
I'm
was
kind of
hoping
curious.
Super 7 would do the that Defenders of the Universe stuff because I hear the NECA joints.
You never know. They still may. It's kind of cool. It comes with like the city
Turtle
super
tail,
cap
I mean, the
and
Super
everything.
Man
So,
whole
Knife. Dude, look at that face.
That's well done.
I wonder if like
That's
they're gonna
the point.
include. Are they even gonna include a head where he's like smiling? Oh, dude, I remember having this one as a kid, Metalhead.
I have this one. I still have.
I don't think I had him, but
I had
do
him,
love
and I
this
used to
one.
love playing him with that.
Oh
face.
yeah, he was my favorite one to play with. I don't know why.
Everybody
Cool
wanted
as hell.
that, bro. Everybody wanted it.
Yeah, he had the little computer gizmo. He had he had the thing that came out of his finger, the little mechanical piece. Yeah, dude, that's cool. I'm into that.
Super 7.
Yeah, because it was a backpack and everything that went on him, right? From what I remember.
That looks sick.
Oh, dude, that
that
reminds me
Mikey
as a
looks
kid.
good,
Oh,
man.
second face too, dope.
Dude, that's that one face. Oh my god.
This one here.
You can never unsee that now.
No. Look, I see your boobies.
And this one here is like I see your boobs, and this one's like out from the side of his mouth. Actually, I
That
kind of dig the
packaging looks
packaging.
sick, too. Really done, well done, man. Got to give them their props.
Yeah,
It's like
Super
pizza.
7 and they think for days.
Oh, that's the back. Oh, that's it.
That's sick, though. You can display it. You sure that's the back and not a cover?
It may be.
I think that's a slip cover.
That might
Yeah,
be
it looks like a slip cover.
Yeah. But these are 7 inches tall, so I think I might be done doing the comic versions of NECA. I may end up selling them and just stick with these.
Yeah, they're a little bigger. Probably have a little better shelf presence for you.
Mm-hmm.
They'll probably have more
bad for a 4-pack.
articulation and everything.
Not at all. That's a pretty good price for a 4-pack. And throw the accessories that they all come with too. That's
Yeah,
pretty
and
good.
individual packs and slipcover. It'd be kind of cool if all of them like you get them together and they turn into like a turtle manhole cover or some shit like that. You know, like you put all the boxes together.
Yeah, that would be sweet.
But Spawn gives another another Kickstarter update.
Yeah, man. I'm sure you got that email too since you backed it.
Yeah.
So what's the skinny? You know what the new information is on those?
Well, it's showing like the sword before.
Oh yeah, the sword is new.
So the sword is new. They got
looks like a blast effect there.
They got blast effect stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Is that another hand right there? Like
yeah, they've got include a bunch of hands, some heads, so it's got a bunch of new stuff added.
If you click on the picture, it'll blow up. Anyway.
That looks sick, man. For all of our listeners out there, our audio listeners, we're looking at the Spawn Kickstarter. They've added some more stuff. He keeps adding stuff. So whoever backed this, man, you guys are getting a lot for your money.
Yeah.
A lot.
They keep adding something.
Yeah, he keeps adding more shit.
Did you get the 3-pack Lowery or did you just go with the? Oh, you did? I knew you did.
No, I didn't. I actually got the 2-pack. I didn't get the artist one because I just
okay. It's gray, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the point of that?
Although half the damn figure's gonna be gray anyway when I look at it. But
At least the cake is gonna be all gray.
But yeah, so let's see here. Yeah, we're approaching about 2 hours now. So
All right, man. Well, I think
You
this
wanna-
is probably a good time. We got some more toy stuff to go over.
what, like one or two. Like I'll just do like the last two, like the Nosferatu.
Okay.
Let's go.
Yeah, man. We got to talk about that. Got to talk about that for all the horror, boom, boom, boom. All of our horror fans.
Bum, bum, bum.
Lowery, since this is your bag, man, talk a little bit more about this.
Yeah, so they're actually basing this off the 1922 film Nosferatu. If you haven't seen it, check it out. I mean, you expect what it is back then. It's like a black and white film.
Is that one a silent film too?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you'll see like the stuff pop up. It was kind of cool. But it's basically like Dracula back then. It comes with a lot of accessories. Dude, look at that. That coffin looks like it has worms and all this other shit.
Yeah. That's kind of slick.
Is that a Crashbox diorama?
That could very well be. Not sure. I know there was a picture of him. There's what that right there. I know that is that.
Wow.
Shout out to Chris
That's
Pinkerton.
definitely
Well done.
work, man. Good stuff, Pink. Good stuff, man.
That
And
coffin's cool. I like that coffin, Jay. You're right. That's awesome.
it's cool looking. It's like an added touch, you know. that you can
Yeah.
see through.
Well done.
But did you see? Now this I'm excited for.
Yeah,
So-
I bet you are.
They are dropping Biollante as it's coming soon. It looks like the MSRP is $308, but that's
That's yen, right?
US, not or that's yen basically.
Yeah.
But dude, it looks good. In fact,
You know what's crazy though, man, is when you posted this, I knew you got excited, but I know you were more excited about the fact that now the scalpers don't have to, they shot the price up so much. You said like $3,200 somebody was selling one for?
yeah, like people were selling for ridiculous prices.
That's crazy, bro. Like sometimes this stuff is just like there's selling stuff to make a little profit. Sometimes there's just overkilling, man, and that's retarded.
Yeah, like what I'll do is I'll fast forward so you can kind of see it. But here's a picture of it right here.
Oh, that okay. That's
Yeah, bro.
This is Biollante.
Jesus
This is Godzilla versus Biollante. So it's like 7.5, 8 inches tall to the top of the head, but it's 12 inches or so wide across.
That's a big. Is that gonna be your Thanksgiving centerpiece?
It could be. I could joke around and do that for Halloween or something.
Yo, yeah, that would be dope.
But like, take for instance, this came out for like right around $250, and when it originally came out, it was right around $250. But now it's like on eBay for like $1,500 plus, $1,800, $1,900, something like that.
That's crazy.
And now that they did this, people are pissed because they're doing it this special color, and they added segments in all the pieces. So I guess that's it for toy news, man. I mean, we're pushing 2 hours. So I know we all got to get out of here. So.
Yeah, man, it's a good place to wrap, man. So let's go around the yard real quick. Let's do some shout outs, some where you at, and yeah, let's call it a day, man. Let's start with you, Wolf.
Shout out to Fudge Sickles, peanut butter filled pretzels.
Is that your porn name? Fudge Sickles.
I like that.
I saw that finger.
No, I was thinking about it. I'm like, yeah, no, I like that. All right. I thought about it. But no, good on you.
What's up, man?
I'm expressing love too. Like,
Shit. Shout out to all our podcasting brethren, the Masterpiece Shit People's Boys, the Total Podcast, Enter the Realm, Breaking the Mold, Figure Banging. I think ShelfGravy's on right now as we are recording all the good shows.
yep.
All our friends. Listen to them. Listen to us first, then listen to them. You can find me, Wolfenstein, on your Facey Space, on your Instagrams, wherever, with your moms.
Yo.
Yo.
Tell her I said hi.
With Shannon Tweed, with Unicode.
Nah, man, that's fine.
Not no more.
Sorry, I got your sloppy seconds.
You did not.
Oh no.
And every Thursday here with you fine gentlemen. That's all I got.
Yeah, man. That's what's up. Wells, what about you, buddy?
Everything that Wolf says, shout out to our podcasting brothers, man. A lot of love and respect to everyone. Special shout out to Sam Mead for filling in for me on the last episode. I appreciate you. It was a last minute call and you came through and represented. So shout out to Sam Mead. I definitely appreciate you. And shout out to the Masterpiece crew. Love you guys. And shout out to you guys, man. For the birthday gifts. Definitely appreciate y'all for that as well.
No doubt.
And shout out to my wife for letting me sit out here this late at night.
Happy belated birthday to her too, man.
I was going to say, is she giving you the evil eye right next to you?
No, not at all. No, wait. Yeah, I'm coming. Mom, give me all right, so
Tell her we said happy birthday, belated birthday.
Yeah, man. But man. So thanks again to you guys, man. It's been a great show. I definitely appreciate y'all. So everyone have a great rest of the week. So,
peace. Yeah, man. Lowery, what about you, big fella?
You can find me wherever you can find me. Facebook, Instagram, like Wolf said, your mom's house. Maybe your sister. I don't know.
Jesus!
Oh wow!
I can't. I just worked down the list. I don't know. But shout out to all of Yeah. Just all the people that Wolf shouted out. Them, Roman collectors, all of our friends over there, podcast brethren. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to all the girls they record tomorrow night, so be sure to check them out. Or actually, let me rephrase that. They'll be on tonight when you hear this tomorrow.
There you go.
You'll be able to hear them tonight. And then shout out, I just want to give a quick little shout out to the Ritchie family and for New York Mike and everything. Our thoughts and prayers are with you guys. If you need anything, just let us know. And anybody else, if you're having trouble or anything else like that, just hit any one of us up if you need anything. We're all here for one another. So, and if anybody wants to attend the viewing or the funeral this weekend, just hit me up. Let me know. I'm trying to get a head count for the family just to get a rough idea. And pretty much about it, man. And shout out to you guys for every week, trying to put in work. So.
Yeah, man.
What about you, Eric B?
Yo, you can find me, Eric B, in your Facebook groups under Eric and Siobhan Burgess. We just changed our Facebook profile pic again and got lit up.
It's so cute.
Thanks.
You're so in love.
We actually took that picture down at Lowery's wedding, man, when we were down at we went to the museum, the Museum of African American History, which is a really good museum to go to.
I told you it was a cool one to look at.
Yeah, it was, man. Everybody should go. Made us emotional, but they got this room. It's called the Quiet Room, and it's very serene. And you don't realize how much you need it until you finish that thing, man. And the guy was nice enough to direct us over there, man. And you just get a chance to release, and it was really great, awesome. Man. So, recommend anybody who's in the area go check that out. You can also find me on Instagram under Mr. _EW82. You can also find us, Kennedy's Village, which you'll see right there you go. Where we're doing our best to bridge the gap between sickle cell research and care. Got a couple things coming up that we're putting in the works. Next year is going to be a big year for us, but right now we're just taking a little break from fundraising. Got a couple things coming up that we're trying to put in the works. Still helping people, doing the best we can to make sure people get the things that they need. Hasn't been easy with COVID, but we're making do. Shout out wise, I want to give a shout out to all you guys. It's been fun to record with you. Missed you guys these past 2 weeks. Good to get back to a little bit of normalcy here. Shout out to, like Lowery said, the Ritchie family. Our thoughts and prayers are with you guys. Shout out to everyone who has sent thank you cards or thank you texts. Or, just checking on people. That's been the biggest thing. It's just making sure you check on your loved ones. You never really know what tomorrow brings, man. So if you got a petty beef, squash it. Don't go to bed angry. Get it taken care of, man, because you never know. We don't want that next phone call to be somebody you got into a beef with, and you found out they're gone. That's actually one of my biggest regrets as of recently. So, yeah. And shout out to Mr. Bobby Skullface for also supporting us. He's got a couple of good sit down Saturdays this past couple of Saturdays, man. Go check him out on YouTube. Check out his Facebook page as well. And with that, guys, I think that's it. And with that, I think the nerds have spoken. Thank you so much, man. You guys have a great week.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Check you guys next week.